The head, the tail, the whole damn thing.
Welcome once again to The Head, the Tail, the Whole Damn Thing with the industry professionals Mike D. McCarthy and James Knight. Today's episode, Natural Born Killers. Really good soundtrack to that one. And The Bride. Explanation point. Now, that's a film I really enjoyed, but it didn't get the traction I was hoping in the box office. Let's see if the boys feel the same way. Or do they? Fellas?
I guess we're in trouble with Mom again.
Are we legitimately in trouble with Mom again, though?
I think it's bullshit. But
You
she
think
sent
Mom-
you a text. She sent you a text about it too, right?
Yeah. Suddenly she's a Bette Midler fan?
Yeah. I told Michael that you two better be careful because Bette Midler is someone I really love. Tread lightly, my boys. I call bullshit on that.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Have you ever known her to be a Bette Midler fan?
No.
No. True story here. So back in, I don't know, it was like late 80s, early 90s, Bette Midler had a hit that was called, God, what was the name of the song?
You are the wind beneath my wings.
No, I mean, that was a hit, but that's not the one I'm thinking of. It's the one, it's From a Distance. Do you remember that song?
No.
From a distance, you look like my friend, even though we're worlds apart. Some shit like that, right?
Okay.
But at the end of it, it had like a refrain. God is watching us. God is watching us. God is watching us from a distance. And I remember during the height of that song, hearing that song on the radio, or maybe it was like the Grammys that year or something, because it was a big hit.
Okay.
And she got to that part and she's like, God is watching us from a distance. And Mom just went, what a bunch of horse shit. That's the only time I ever remember Mom referencing Bette Midler in any way. She just heard Bette Midler say, God is watching us from a distance and went, horse shit.
Mom is really going to lose her mind, though, when we talk about that up-and-coming movie. It's a Riddick sequel. Where Riddick crash lands on Earth and he fights an army of Bette Midler clones.
The Chronicles of Midler.
This summer, all bets are off.
I haven't seen Midler in a long time. Yeah.
I love that.
So I don't think it's true, man. I don't think it's true. I think Mom's threats are hollow this time.
You know, that's okay. It makes for a good show.
Yeah, no, Mom throwing out random threats at us makes me feel like it's the good old days again.
It makes me feel like we're doing our job.
What did I do now? Jesus Christ.
At least we're not getting the Uzi threats, right?
No, it's true. I know what we're doing now. What we're doing now is starting another episode of The Head, the Tail, the Whole Damn Thing.
Hell yeah.
A podcast where we take two movies, a delightful double feature, if you will.
Hell yeah.
Pairing a older movie with a newer release.
I think these movies are paired very well together. They are both somewhat romantic. They both think outside the box. They both have strong female characters. And they're both pretty artistic.
I tell you, when we first proposed this pairing, I was like, I don't know. We juggled a lot of them around before we settled on these two.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I had watched them both within the span of a couple days of each other, I went, actually, you know what? This works pretty well.
Yeah, we're talking about Natural Born Killers and The Bride. If you didn't look at the thing before you clicked on it.
Or if you missed what Tyler said in our fantastic intro.
Yeah, let's get into these movies because we probably got a lot to talk about.
Oh, gosh.
First of all, I worked on The Bride, so that's cool, right? I have a little bit of extra knowledge about how that came about and what goes into it.
And hopefully, we're going to be leading a panel discussion on it at Monsterpalooza this year.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah. We're going to have...
allowed to say that?
Sure. We're going to be at Monsterpalooza in Pasadena this year.
Woo!
Coming up at the end of May. We're going to have a table there. We're going to lead a couple of panels. One of them is going to be on weapons. We're going to talk about the Gladys makeup and the birth of that character.
And how about Amy Madigan winning the Academy Award?
Yeah. How great is that?
That's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Terrific performance. Outstanding performance. Got to tell you something, though. Probably wouldn't have won the Academy Award without that makeup.
I think
that makeup was huge.
You're probably right. That makeup made the character. That look made the character for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, it opened the Oscars with
Conan.
Conan looking like Gladys.
Pretty great. Pretty great stuff.
Yeah. They reached out to us and asked us if we wanted to be involved, and we're like, you know what? A little too busy right now.
Yeah, let somebody else have fun with it.
Yeah. 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 Natural Born Killers, man.
It had been a while since I'd seen this one.
It had been a while since I'd seen it, too.
I was super curious to know how it would hold up. Because when I saw it back in 1994 when it came out, I remember really, really liking it. I forgot how batshit fucking crazy this movie is, though.
Like the other movie we're watching tonight.
Yes. Yes. Two distinctly different flavors of batshit, but all crazy.
All crazy all the time.
You got a little synopsis, a little write-up, a little intro to Natural Born Killers.
Yeah. Here, I got it.
Do you need me to put on my best Leonard Cohen voice? Michael, you can sing it.
No. I can't always sing every episode. But I am going to preach.
Oh, all right. Take me to church.
Let me set the tone here.
I am filled with the Spirit.
All right, brothers and sisters of the Church of the Carcharodon Carcarius, open your wallets and your hearts tonight, because we're talking sin and salvation.
Amen.
We're talking Oliver Stone on a 56-day schedule, dragging his crew through hell for the glories of ratings.
Glories, glories.
Now you may have been told, thou shalt not kill. You may have grown up spoon-fed on peace and love. But what if I told you the Lord sometimes makes exceptions?
Oh.
What if I told you about two media-glorified archangels of righteousness?
Whoa, righteousness.
Let me tell you, my flock, about two once wayward sheep named Mickey and Mallory. Two fear-inducing young lovers spreading the word of prayer to those in need of saving. Forcing average folk who would scoff at the idea of prayer into dropping on their knees faster than a $2 harlot on a payday.
Oh, on a payday even.
They started their rampage with Daddy. Her abusive daddy, I might add.
You can get no respect.
And that, brothers and sisters, is justice. That's deliverance with a red right hand.
Ooh.
That's what the Lord would have done if he weren't so busy keeping an eye on your Starbucks prices and your streaming services. Mallory's heathen mama knew all too well the sins of the flesh that had played out in that home.
Disgusted.
And they burned her alive for it. Now, sometimes the Lord's work requires a little extra heat, like that of Sodom and Gomorrah, if you know what I'm saying.
Ooh.
Can I get an amen on that?
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen to sodomy.
Yeah, wait, that's not exactly what I said.
Okay.
But,
sorry about that,
yeah,
Pastor.
Let's continue on, shall we? 52 souls, brothers and sisters. 52 sent to early judgment. Was it murder, or was it expedited salvation? Maybe them folks needed to meet Jesus sooner rather than later, and good old Mickey and Mallory just helped them pack their bags.
Oh, the Charles Bronson path.
That's right. You like Jesus?
You're about to meet him.
When that journalist Wayne Gale interviewed Mickey and Mallory from prison, the whole televised country watched and cheered them on with t-shirts and handmade signs. And when that prison riot happened live in the correctional facility, not only was it played out on 18 different types of media, but also in the hearts and minds of those incarcerated there. This film was the word of the Lord spread to those in fear, giving them something to lean on, to pull themselves from the fiery clutches of the circus of mass market news. And in this sermon I give to you, it demands a revival to pull us now from the AI-driven mess media has become.
Lead us to salvation.
Here you go. You want the salvation? Here it comes, brothers and sisters. The message has always been, and most likely shall live on, that America loves a sinner more than a saint. And violence sells. And if you want salvation, send your donations now to the whole damn thing at patreon.com. You want saving? Open your wallets and dig deep for as little as $1 a month, or splurge for $4 to trip to the podcast heavens of salvation from a hellish day delivered straight to you.
Amen.
With earbuds.
Commercial free.
Commercial free. That's $4 a month if you want the whole damn thing. At patreon.com.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah indeed, brother.
Oh, praise God.
So tell me,
Praise
Brother
God.
James, how do you feel seeing Natural Born Killers after many a year?
Impressed.
Thank goodness.
Impressed by this movie. I'll be honest, I thought I was going to have a lot of problems. Thought it wasn't going to age that well. I thought it was going to be super dated. But this is one crazy acid trip of a movie.
It sure the fuck is. Unreal and unrelenting.
Using just about every different film format they could, lighting going crazy throughout the whole thing, blistering performances, running headlong without abandon towards a fucking riotous climax. Yeah.
I think it's my favorite Oliver Stone film, I'll be honest.
Oh.
Now, I like JFK a lot. I like Platoon a lot.
You're talking about Oliver Stone, director.
Oliver Stone, director.
Because Oliver Stone's screenwriter has got some pretty heavy credits.
Scarface is one.
Midnight Express.
Midnight Express. Sisters. Didn't he write Sisters? That early Brian De Palma movie.
Did he?
I think so.
Is that the one with, is that Margot Kidder
and
Sisters?
Margot Kidder?
Yeah. Boy, yeah. That's a weird one.
Yeah.
Wall Street. He directed Wall Street, right?
I mean, that's good, but still, this movie artistically blows my mind. The characters blow my mind. Sure, it's written by Quentin Tarantino prior to him becoming... prior to him becoming a big star. In fact, Quentin even tried to direct this movie himself for $500,000. They were going to do like a direct-to-video, trying to guerrilla shoot it. Totally wasn't working out. So he ended up selling the script for $10,000. And they rewrote it. It was like 4 different people, Oliver Stone, one of them, to rewrite it, taking the focus from the character of Wayne Gale, played by Robert Downey Jr., back to more of a love story about Mickey and Mallory. And what's funny is that when Oliver Stone took this project on, he had just finished Heaven's Gate, which was like a terrible movie for him
big bomb
to work on, and hard and fucking, huge bomb. And he just wanted to do something easy.
Yeah, he wanted to make this
like
movie
action
like
movie.
a little action, like a little fun action movie with the couple in it. I get the impression that this movie, throughout its whole process, is just fueled with cocaine and hallucinogenics and amphetamines.
Yeah.
This came out 94. I was in college, 95, 96. I will tell you, this movie was very popular around that time.
With amphetamine users and cocaine users.
With like people just like smoking a lot of weed in the dorm room and popping in Natural Born Killers and doing other substances.
Yeah.
Because visually, this movie is just non-stop craziness from beginning to end.
Yeah.
But listening to some of the behind-the-scenes stories on this, there was a lot of drug use, like, from square one on this. From, like, location scouting to the actual
scouting
filming.
on mushrooms. Yeah.
Yeah, yes. It reminded me, and I don't know if this is just film legend, but the story about the Blues Brothers, how there was actually a line item in the movie's budget for cocaine.
Oh.
Because John Belushi and Carrie Fisher did so much blow that they built it into the budget of the movie.
I can see that.
So I don't know if that's legend, but I was frequently reminded of it as I was watching Natural Born Killers and hearing some of these stories. And I'm like, they are all just staying up around the clock, grinding this movie out, just doing it.
56 days.
Feels like they did copious amounts of drugs and they intended you to also do drugs and watch this movie.
Yeah. Now, even though they shot it in 56 days, it took 11 months to edit it. I think this movie is an editing fucking masterpiece.
Well, it has to be.
Yeah.
I mean, they change film formats
18
numerous
times.
every scene. Yeah. Black and white to color, to animation, to the lighting shifting radically.
16 millimeter, Super 8.
They've got projections in the background that are playing, that they are syncing up the acting and the scenes with. Yeah, you're right. Editing masterpiece. The miracle of it all is that it strings together into a coherent piece.
Mm-hmm.
There are things I'm not crazy about with this movie, but revisiting it again, I had to give it to Oliver Stone. He gets some great performances out of his leads, and as much as things are constantly metamorphosizing before your eyes, he really strings together a story.
Yeah.
Not without its controversies, right?
Sure. Quentin Tarantino famously hates this movie.
Yeah, well, I can believe it because honestly,
it's not a normal narrative.
No,
or
it's
a
not
normal
the thing that Tarantino does.
No, it's not.
They took his story and they busted it wide open, and they essentially really used his name to sell it. Yeah. Because he was hot shit.
I think a lot of the dialogue, a lot of the quick, quippy dialogue is still his.
There's those little Quentin Tarantino Easter eggs, you know.
Sure. Scagnetti.
Yeah, exactly.
All
and
the
there's
names.
other like little things peppered throughout. Yeah. And there's a couple pop culture references in there as well, which he always loved to throw around.
Sure.
But no, it doesn't really play like a Tarantino movie. This is Oliver Stone, auteur, directing, stitching this together. Frankenstein-like. Really.
Yeah.
You know? It's just a bunch of different parts stitched together to make a whole. And in some ways, it gets really beautiful and kind of terrifying also.
I agree. This movie is at times absolutely terrifying. I don't think this is a movie that can get made today. I don't think this is a movie that would play as well today. This cost $34 million to make and made $110. So it did well at the box office, even though it was polarized completely. Like if you look at the Rotten Tomatoes score, people fucking hate it, right? It's like a 48 or a 40 something as far as the critics go.
I mean, it's an art house movie.
It is.
Right? It really is.
Yeah.
This is not your standard Hollywood blockbuster by any stretch of the imagination. This is not the latest from Quentin Tarantino, which is going to bring them into the theaters.
Normally, I don't like art house movies either. I'm not an art house movie kind of guy. I like a narrative. I like a story I can follow along. I like big budget action and horror things. And I fucking love this movie.
Well, let's jump into it then, and we can break this down. Of course, this is the classic movie, so you've had time since 1994 to see this movie. So we're going to spoil this whole thing.
All right, yeah, this one's a mess narratively, so let's just pop through it and see what we can get.
Yeah, I mean, to try and describe really what is happening and all the choices that are made scene by scene would be ridiculous. Because as we said, it's just constantly shifting from one film format
and
to
soundscape
another.
Too.
Oh,
you know,
goodness.
This is one of my favorite movie soundtracks of all time.
Oh, man. I listened to the hell out of this soundtrack.
So did I. Yeah.
But what's crazy is that I haven't seen this movie in over 20 years.
Yeah.
But
maybe that long for me, too.
I was like, holy shit, this is so familiar. Because the soundtrack had a lot of quips and quotes and clips from the movie. Yep. And I was like, wow, I know exactly what they're about to say here.
I feel like every time I listened to the soundtrack, I was watching the movie again.
Yeah. Leonard Cohen, Nine Inch Nails, L7, Patti Smith.
I mean,
God.
I tell you,
Night on
I went to
Bald
Spotify.
Mountain or Bear Mountain.
I went to
Yeah.
Spotify and I just typed in Natural Born Killers, and I found somebody who had compiled a list of every song that's in the movie, even if it's only in the movie for 5 seconds or 10 seconds.
Oh, okay.
It is a
Okay.
4-hour playlist.
Awesome.
And it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. Patsy Cline, Mazzy Star.
Yeah.
Well, of all the music, it starts off with Leonard Cohen, actually bookended by Leonard Cohen songs.
Yeah.
Deep, baritone, depressing Leonard Cohen songs. Here comes the end of time.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Leonard.
Somewhere in the desert, right? And over this beginning, you're getting like little clips of predators, right? Snakes and hawks and things like that. And we will go into a cafe it must be down the road from that convenience store and From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh,
'Cause
totally.
It looks like it's on the same highway.
Benny's World of Liquor.
Yes.
Yeah, it's right down the
This is
street
the
from that.
Sunset Cafe,
Yeah.
where our protagonists, it's
I
hard
mean,
to
we can call them
that.
heroes because they are the
Can
heroes
you?
of the movie.
Anti-heroes. I don't know. That is one thing about this movie is pretty much everyone is disgusting in this movie.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure anybody makes it out alive if they
As
have any
in
worth. I mean,
unscathed. Probably the Native American guy they kill.
yeah, yes.
He's the only
Yes.
pure one.
The one ray of light
Yeah.
in this whole thing. Everyone else is pretty much a reprehensible bastard.
Yeah.
Including Mickey and Mallory Knox. Right? They are a couple on the run. I think Mickey's reading a newspaper about a slumber party massacre. Right, he's sitting at the cafe diner countertop. And that, I think, is a deleted scene from the movie, actually.
Is it
They shot that.
a slumber party massacre scene?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's those murders that they would get put on trial for later in the movie, which is also a deleted scene from this.
Yeah.
So they cut out that whole bit, but there's a bit where Mickey fights one of the girls at the slumber party. Her brother is there, and her brother knows karate. He kicks Mickey in the head a bunch of times before he picks him up and hurls him against the wall and breaks his back or
I
something.
mean, it sounds
And they-
kind of great, him fighting a
Yeah.
guy who knows karate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you learn all this in the other deleted scene, which is Ashley Judd
Oh, yeah.
on the stand.
Yeah, I remember
Talking
hearing
about-
Ashley Judd had a bit that was cut out.
Yep. There's a lot of scenes that you can find on YouTube, deleted scenes and stuff like that. And that's where I found it and found Oliver Stone talking about why he cut them out.
Okay.
So if you are a fan of this movie, definitely check them out because they're interesting. Ultimately, I think the movie is fine the way it is. The deleted scenes add to it only if you already know the movie and enjoy the movie.
Sure.
They're worth checking out.
I'll definitely have to
And-
look it up.
But it's in this cafe diner that Mallory puts a nickel in the jukebox and starts dancing around and attracts the attention of some local yokels
Yep.
who come up and want to dance with her and pinch her ass and get a little handsy. And she's
Both these movies prove that men are pigs.
yes. And in this case, it will be their undoing.
Yeah.
Because you do not want to tangle with crazy Mallory Knox, played by Juliette Lewis.
I mean, I kind of want to tangle.
When she came into audition for the role, Oliver Stone gave her the role because he could sense that there was something crazy about her.
Having worked with her, I have no idea what you mean, wink, wink.
Yeah, I saw a little bit about the casting of this, and he said that about Juliette Lewis, and he said he picked Woody Harrelson, who at this point had done like White Men Can't Jump and Cheers.
Yeah.
And Oliver Stone said he just detected that there was violence in Woody Harrelson's eyes.
Yeah.
And Woody Harrelson was like, actually, my dad is in prison because he was a hitman who murdered people, and he had a pretty fucked up childhood, which
Charles
is something I never
Harrelson.
knew about.
Convicted hitman.
About Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oliver Stone able to pick him.
Yeah. Oliver Stone knows what he's doing.
Well, they fuck this diner up.
Mm-hmm.
And as they will for most of the movie, they kill everybody except for one person.
Yep.
Who they leave to tell the story of Mickey and Mallory Knox.
Mickey and Mallory did it.
Yeah, that's right.
You got to leave one yokel.
They do it with a lot of a cinematic panache, I'd say. I mean, this is the beginning of the movie. You don't know what ride you've bought a ticket for, but this has, like, bullets going in slow motion and spinning next to ladies' heads before they explode.
To, like, operatic music and...
Yeah, a knife spinning through the air and crashing through a window. You know, you have, like, the knife cam. It's just following it. Almost like a Sam Raimi shot.
Oh,
you know? He's always real keen on showing the projectile moving through the air as it gets to him. And yeah, they kill all of these rednecks, save one.
And they all seem to kind of deserve it, too. Except for maybe Mabel, the waitress, or whatever her name was.
Sure.
And the cook. Okay, maybe none of these people really deserve it.
You can make an argument for the rednecks who come in and are like, oh, look at that one over there.
Yeah.
What a fine piece of pussy, or whatever they're saying. You're like, okay.
Tread lightly, my friend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to call these two heroes because they kill pretty much indiscriminately throughout this movie. Some people deserve it, yes.
Sure.
Many people do not.
Yeah. I mean, there are some absolutely heinous moments in this movie where you're like, ooh, okay, that's not good.
And fucking A, we just made it to the title card. I mean, there's carnage.
Yeah.
They're on a killing spree already, and we're just getting warmed up.
Yeah. This movie was given an awful lot of shit for copycat crimes, actually. Major shooting instances where it was quite frequently a young boy and his young girlfriend, the Columbine High School massacre, those kids apparently loved this movie.
That first one that you mentioned, that was actually part of a lawsuit that John Grisham got.
John
that's
Grisham,
right. Who is the
writer.
author of The Firm and The Pelican Brief and all those legal
He's like a
thrillers.
lawyer. He should have known this lawsuit wasn't going to fly.
No, it's bullshit. Just trying to pin it on the movies. The movies made them violent. I mean, ultimately, it was thrown out of court because the court said, you cannot prove that this movie was made in an effort to incite violence.
Listen, sometimes you see somebody that you know is crazy and someday they're going to kill some people. And I want you to know that if I ever go on a rampage, it's not because I love this movie.
We get some ethereal dancing from Mallory on the hood of their car as the shooting stars go overhead.
Rear projection behind her.
Oh, yeah. It's so wild.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I did wish watching this again that I could see it in the movie
Me
theater
too.
again.
I was thinking I would really love to see this in a movie theater again.
It's just so visually engaging.
Yeah.
But I loved you since the day we met. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo, doodle-doo. Flashback to. Now, this movie is an indictment on the media's love for violence and mass murderers and how they love to sensationalize that kind of thing, and just how TV and consumer culture has sort of rotted us from the inside out. So we get...
No.
Yeah,
Yes,
Mark
Mark
Wahlberg.
Wahlberg. And here we get sort of like a riff on a classic TV show. It's got sort of like Leave It to Beaver vibes if Ward made the beaver dress up like a lady and crept into his room late at night.
Ward, weren't you a little hard on the beaver last night?
No dessert for the beaver.
I'm not sure what the beaver wants. That might have been Ward's problem.
But yes, we get like this fake TV sitcom complete with laugh track.
Yeah.
Rodney Dangerfield is the dad, Edie McClurg as the mom, and it's I Love Mallory.
Yeah.
And it's unsettling.
It is.
And it's super gross because Rodney Dangerfield has got his hands all over his daughter, and he is being about the most disgusting human being
You know, Rodney
you could
didn't want to
imagine.
do this. And in fact, the hands on the ass scene is a double. That's not him because he refused to do it.
Good for him.
Yeah, I think
Good for him.
I think good for him too.
Well, and you know, they gave him carte blanche to say and do whatever he wants.
Yeah, said he
He's
could
largely
rewrite
just
his own lines.
improving and just going after it.
Yeah.
So I give a tip of the cap to Rodney that in the midst of just making all of this up, he was like,
Too much.
I'm not doing that.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
That's too much.
some true respect from a guy who typically got none.
Yeah. I'm not grabbing a tookus. I imagine Rodney Dangerfield's a guy that used tookus, right?
Oh, yeah. Keister. That's probably big for him, too.
I'm going to make you keister a sandwich later. What? Why? That doesn't make any sense, Rodney.
I'm going to spread your buns and stick some meat in it. Oh, now I got it. Thanks, Rodney.
Oh, okay. But yeah, all right. Thanks for clearing that one up.
You said you didn't understand.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
But yeah, Mickey will come through the door with a meat delivery.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, that bastard meat man.
Yes. And as soon as Mallory sees him, it's love at first sight, and they are out the door.
She is so innocent and cute in this moment, too. Like, you can see her character change from this being the start of her character arc to how she becomes this powerful, crazy,
Yeah, it's one of the things that was like really a strength, really notable, and always a little uncomfortable to watch about Juliette Lewis, too. Because
she plays too young sometimes.
Well, I'm thinking of Cape Fear,
yeah,
right?
Me too.
She's in Cape Fear, and there's some scenes with Robert De Niro in there, and you're like, ay, this is really uncomfortable.
I haven't seen that movie in a really long time, and I wonder how it holds up. And I know they're remaking it right now, too, with Javier Bardem.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Speaking of creepy dudes.
So, she leaves with Mickey, and they steal the car, right?
Yeah.
Because then you're going to see, like, a stamp on Mickey. Apprehended, Grand Theft Auto, and they will cut to them in jail, where... Is Mallory giving him a hand job? Yeah, she's really got a...
Yeah.
I don't think they allow you to do that in that room.
I don't think so either.
That's a different room in the jail.
But it does seem like that's what's happening. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, my daddy's going to move me away from you and we'll never see each other ever again. And he says if he ever sees you, he's going to kill you.
Yeah.
It's not going to play out that way. Because when Mickey gets out of jail, they fucking kill her dad. They beat on him with a tire iron, I think. And then stick his head in a fish tank. And you get that underwater shot. Yeah. A little bit like My Bloody Valentine.
Yeah, with his eyes open wide and fucking little goldfish and a little bit of blood streaming off of his cheek. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
And Juliette Lewis going absolutely nutty.
And excited about it, too.
Screaming all sorts of terrible things in reference to the profane ways he had been treating her and just like gleeful fucking chaos angel. Jumping up and down. And they go upstairs and douse Mom in lighter fluid, and she's like, you knew and you never did nothing. Burn up Edie McClurg in bed.
Yeah.
Poor Edie McClurg.
Yeah. I always felt she kind of got the short end of the stick on this one. Yeah, sure, she knows what's happening, but does she need to get burned alive for it?
Burned alive's rough. Although, if your kids are in that kind of danger, you have a responsibility to get them fuck out of it.
You heard it here first. If your kids are in danger, burn those fuckers alive. Not your kids. That's not what I'm saying.
But let's face it, if you heard it here first, you got some other issues. Maybe pause the podcast, take care of some business, come back, we'll be here for you. And then our lovers will be standing on a bridge, exchanging vows, cutting each other in the hand and mingling their blood together while you get some animations. And she's wearing this long sort of white veil that's blowing off this bridge over like a huge gorge, must be hundreds of feet down.
I love that their hands are cut, their blood mingles together and drips off their hands into the river. And she says, we're living in all the oceans now. And I was like, fuck, that's a great fucking line. I fucking love that. And you're right. And that's very romantic. And this moment, this crazy fucking movie about killers is very romantic.
It has moments of genuine romance.
Yeah.
It has moments of genuine comedy. It has moments of genuine terror.
Yeah.
And action. I mean,
it does.
And sometimes all in the same scene.
Yeah.
And sometimes all in the same minute.
Yeah, absolutely. That might be why I love it, because it's just so crazy. You get whiplash from this movie.
Well, I said it before, but it's only kind of a joke pairing it with The Bride. This movie is a bit like a Frankenstein. You know, it's just so much different stuff stitched together into a beautiful whole.
And when we talked about The Bride,
you know what I mean.
We talked about Sid and Nancy, and we talked about Bonnie and Clyde. And this movie is also very Sid and Nancy, very Bonnie and Clyde.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to cut to Wayne Gale.
Wayne Gale, who's obviously high.
Yeah, this is a Robert Downey Jr. performance before he got clean.
Way before he got clean, so he is deep.
Yeah. A lot of this movie later on is shot in an actual prison.
Yeah.
And good old RDJ, he'll just be working the movie here, but he will be visiting a prison in just a couple of years. So the funny thing about that prison, it was Joliet Penitentiary. It was a functional prison at the time.
Yep.
So there were real inmates in there, and they would work around them, and they would sequester the cast and crew or cordon off areas and secure perimeters and things like that. But like the inmates would often see the actors, and they're all hooting and hollering. And Oliver Stone said they were big fans, naturally, of Juliette Lewis. They also loved Bob a lot, meaning Robert Downey Jr. They also really loved Bob. He got a lot of catcalls, and I thought, oh boy, that's rough.
That's pretty great.
Sorry, RDJ.
I mean,
you will be popular, and there will be no film crew to protect you in a couple of years.
Is that Robert Downey Jr. over there? Yeah, he looks pretty sweet, doesn't he? I thought he'd be bigger.
Well, RDJ, Robert Downey Jr. is playing a kind of Geraldo Rivera type media personality. I think he's actually modeled after an Australian. When Downey Jr. got the role, he went to Australia and spent a lot of time with this one particular guy to sort of just get the whole vibe down. And then eventually when he came back, Robert Downey Jr. told Oliver Stone, like, I'd like to do this in an Australian accent. He really was patterning him after this Australian...
Steve Dunleavy.
Yeah, Steve Dunleavy, what do I want to call him? Schlock journalist or sensationalist, the kind of current affair, inside edition... there were so many of these shows on during this time.
This was the thing in the 90s, Murder Sold. And Geraldo interviewed fucking Manson, right?
Yeah, hoping that he would have some terrific, explosive interview. And pretty much like everything Geraldo's ever done throughout his entire
fell
career,
a little flat.
It was like, womp womp.
We're opening up Al Capone's vault!
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, you got the prices wrong, bitch.
And look, we're kind of there again, sensationalizing murder. It crept back with the true crime wave that people are really into, but now we're getting movies again about John Wayne Gacy and Ed Gein and all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
And, it's an odd thing. As much as I love horror movies and the horror biz, the real thing kind of freaks me out a little bit, and I don't really jive with it so much.
Yeah.
Not a problem with you if you do, to each their own. I'm just saying for me personally, like, I have not watched any of those new mass murderer shows about Dahmer or
neither
Ed
have I,
Gein
to be honest.
Any of those,
they just don't interest me, really.
Guys. It's odd, right? But Wayne Gale hosts American Maniacs, which talks about all those yahoos with exposés on Gacy and Charles, he doesn't do Charles Guiteau, that would be old-timey murder too, John Wilkes Booth even. No, they're all like the modern ones, right? All the ones that can be
We dug up the bones of John Wilkes Booth. We did a DNA test to see if he was at the theater.
But yeah, after you meet Wayne Gale and the American Maniacs titles and everything gets shot across the screen, you also get like little clips of people around the country who have caught on to the sensation that is Mickey and Mallory Knox. From London to Tokyo, everyone really loves them. They've got this folk hero status. Because I think there is part of this that is based loosely on a true story, right? About a couple who went on a murder rampage.
Yeah.
In like the 40s or something. I can't remember when it was.
It was the early 50s. Charles Starkweather and Carol Ann Fugit. Loosely based on Charles Starkweather and Carol Ann Fugit, who Terrence Malick made a movie in the 70s called Badlands.
Badlands, right?
Yeah.
And they had sort of abusive childhoods and then kind of went on a...
I mean, their story is pretty fucking
spree.
sick, though. I mean, he's like an 18-year-old dude and she's fucking 13 at the time.
Yikes.
And in the end, she tried to claim that he dragged her along and she was afraid for her life. And then he tried to claim that she actually did some of the more heinous things. So who really fucking knows? But, I mean, they started by killing her parents just like Mickey and Mallory did too. And killing like a baby and her half-sister.
Yikes.
It's fucked up. Yeah. Charles Starkweather, Carol Ann Fugit. Somewhere in hell right now, I imagine. If you believe in that kind of thing.
But as they go around the globe and they're talking to all these people, you get a little short little bit here from Jared Harris. Did you notice him?
No, which one's
Jared Harris, who's been in tons of movies. He's the guy in London who's like, you take James Dean and a pint of bloody nitrate and shake them all up together and you get Mickey and Mallory Knox. But yeah, Jared Harris, very young, long-haired Jared Harris was funny. And then you get those kids, there's 3 teenagers like, well, no, don't get me wrong. I'm not into mass murder or anything.
We respect life and all.
Yeah, of course. But if I was going to be a mass murderer, I'd be Mickey and Mallory. Yeah. We'll cut to Mickey and Mallory in a hotel room here, and this is one of those instances where, like, through the window of the hotel room, you've got, like, a rear projection screen in the back that is kind of, like, projecting their subconscious on there. Yeah. Avant-garde, weird stuff going on, and Mickey and Mallory start necking and screwing a little bit, and then she notices that he's looking in the corner of the room where they have, like, a girl, like a hostage tied up in her underwear.
Yeah. Kind of a haunting, horrifying moment.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
And this is kind of one of those things that in this movie, again, everybody's despicable.
Yeah,
in
but this is one of those moments where you feel it's kind of going too far, right?
Well, yeah. And it's not referenced kind of before or after. I think he does say at one point, like, well, we got to find a hostage. Yeah. He's looking at, like, girls and stuff. Yeah. But there's no
But it is used as shock
for
value
this.
at that moment. And I think it's to take you from...
It's pretty vile.
Yeah, it is. It's to take you from a moment of kind of calm and love with their weird subconscious stuff being projected behind them to all of a sudden, oh, no, yeah, I forgot they're monsters.
Yeah. And Mallory, in a huff, leaves the room and heads out in their sweet Dodge Challenger convertible.
To get the worst head of her life from Balthazar Getty.
Yes. Worst head of my fucking life. Yeah. Next time, don't be so eager.
Yeah. Poor Balthazar.
Balthazar Getty went stampeding towards the clitoris.
Come on, Balthazar. Slow down.
Well, this will draw some cops to the scene, including Detective Jack Scagnetti, Tom Sizemore. Again, if there wasn't enough drug abuse going on.
Enough people just were all riled up.
Yeah, exactly. He's looking at the ass prints on the Corvette, pulls a pubic hair out of Balthazar Getty's mouth, and he's like, Mallory Knox, meet Jack Scagnetti. Yeah. He's kind of a celebrity cop himself. He wrote a book, Scagnetti on Scagnetti.
I would love to read that book because that sounds like it's fantastic.
It's a funny fucking title.
It is.
But he witnessed his mother be murdered in front of him, so he's got a real
by Charles
sort of
Whitman,
dark...
the tower sniper in Texas.
Yes, the University of Texas.
Yeah.
So he's got a real dim view of psychopaths. And that sometimes acts in ways unbecoming of a man of the law.
Cut to him in the hotel room with a hooker.
Oh my God.
Same hotel room Mickey and Mallory were in, and he's got a hooker, and he's being all weird with her, and she's like, okay, you're a little dodgy, but whatever. And then he says, like, have you ever been strangled? And she's like, huh? And he's like, I'm just kidding. And then he fucking strangles her to death.
I was just kidding about the just kidding part. Again, everybody is just awful in
and
this
she
movie.
Just fucking shreds the side of his face. No one ever asks how that happened. He goes through the rest of the movie with fucking deep gashes, or at least up until they go to years later.
Well, he's on the trail of Mickey and Mallory, and they are headed out into the desert. And at one point, they're doing shrooms, and they notice a cop car on the reservation is kind of following behind them, so they get freaked out and pull off the road, pull off the road. They hang a left, and they go deeper into the desert as the cop car continues on.
And get
Apparently,
lost.
This is a true story.
Yeah. Location scouting. Yeah. Uh-huh.
They were doing shrooms driving around the desert.
And a cop was behind them.
And so Oliver Stone was in the passenger side.
Yeah, he said, "You're driving too slow. You're driving too slow. Stop it."
I'm driving the speed limit. That's why it looks suspicious. And then he reaches across, he pushes the accelerator, and they shoot off to the left. I thought, that's wild. And they just wrote it into the movie. Like, it's good stuff.
It is good stuff.
Well, that's when I realized, like, this whole production must have been lunacy.
Yeah.
It's amazing they finished up with the product that they have.
Absolutely. This has been a Sometimes We Do Drugs in Hollywood minute.
Well, they're out in the middle of the desert. The car runs out of gas. They're doing shrooms. They're starting to get into fights with each other. Things aren't looking good. And they eventually stumble into there's a house with a couple of outbuildings, including kind of a yurt-style building almost.
A little bit.
It's occupied by a Navajo
shaman.
I want to call him like a shaman.
Yeah, probably.
Because that's essentially the role he'll play, and a young boy. And he invites him in. They're like, we got any gas? And he just essentially waves him in.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't speak English.
I love the projections they do in this whole sequence, whether it's behind the shaman or projecting words like demon and too much TV over Mickey and Mallory with like a projector. Fucking cool.
The shaman essentially can see right into their heart.
Yeah.
Right? He sees the word demon on Mickey. He says something about Mallory has the sad sickness on her or something. He can read their energy as they're in this place. And everyone will fall asleep, and Mickey has nightmares about his abusive father, wakes up.
Yeah.
And
Shoots the shaman dead.
Man.
This is a fucking bummer.
It is a bummer.
But the funny part about this is when Mallory gets so fucking mad, she's like, bad, 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 bad.
He took us in. He fed us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's treating him like a bad dog.
Oliver Stone really wanted this to be a turning point in the movie for them. And Mickey will mention it later on. Like, I don't want to do any more killing.
Right, like that.
After the shaman, something broke there.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is why, though, that the trial ended up getting cut out of the movie.
Oh, okay.
Because after they will be caught and they will go on trial and everything, Mickey takes a pencil and he kills the witness on the stand with it. He kills Ashley Judd.
I got to look up these scenes.
Yeah. But Oliver Stone said it was too late. Like, they had already made this turn in their character arcs, and he didn't want that sort of like unhinged violence to present itself in that manner.
Sure.
Because Mickey represents himself in the case.
Of course he does.
He's out there like, Your Honor, if I might have a moment with the witness. And then he just number twos her to death.
Gave her the old number 2.
He did.
You know, in some places, that means something different.
Yeah, he fills her full of lead. How about that?
Oh, there you go.
Hey.
Oh, she got the point.
Also, crazy thing about this scene, after they kill the shaman and they're leaving, they're like, there's snakes all around. You know, like you do when you've had too much mushrooms or acid. There's snakes everywhere.
Oh, my God.
Snakes.
Snakes.
Don't open the bread box. There's snakes in there. Can you hand me the remote? It's a snake. I can't touch it.
No.
I'm so hungry.
My socks are snakes.
Get the pot pies out of the oven. I can't. There's snakes in there. The pot pies are going to burn. I can't open it. Too many snakes. The pot pies.
Is this macaroni and cheese? Those look like worms.
They could be tiny snakes. Snakes is like worms. But these are fucking real snakes, and there's like 100 of them.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
There are real snakes everywhere. Now, it was nighttime when they shot it. They're all like docile, and they're not a problem. You just don't step on the snake.
Yeah.
It didn't help that they hadn't slept for 48 hours and were loaded up with fucking cocaine. Don't step on the snakes.
Have you ever been on a set with live snakes?
No.
Oh, I was on Horns with Daniel Radcliffe, and at one point he's got a boa around him, and they wanted like 30 snakes, like snakes everywhere, like snakes flocked to him, right? So they brought in a shit ton of snakes, and they put snakes all over the set. And if you had to walk in for touch-ups, you had to cross about 5 or 6 snakes to get there.
Okay.
And it was always like, okay, just watch the ground, don't step on anything, don't step on it, don't step on anything.
Christ.
And I'm not a huge fan of snakes, but after that,
Yeah.
I was totally fine with them.
Hey,
like,
man.
whatever, I don't care. Bring them on.
Yeah. See, spiders don't bother me, really, because a spider ain't going to fuck you. A snake,
Yeah,
snakes can kill you. Snakes,
sure.
you're wise to steer clear of a snake.
Because they're not pot pies, they're snakes.
What about the pot pies? No, I can't. They're snakes. That may also be based on a true story. I'm just saying.
Oh, that sounds pretty great.
Well, they get bit by the snakes, and then they got to get out of there. They take a wild ride back to civilization, where they will go to the drug zone.
Drug zone.
Weird drug supermarket.
I totally
all
wish
bathed
this
in
place was real.
Green light. I'm telling
neon,
you,
drug zone.
not only do I feel like they did a lot of drugs making this movie, I feel like they intend you to do drugs when you watch this movie.
Sure.
So that when you get to this point and there's just this place called Drug Zone, you're like, yeah,
You're like, yeah, buddy.
I'm already there.
I'm with you, Ollie.
Well, Mallory is crawling around on her hands and knees. She looks like shit.
She's about
through
to
the,
give up.
Green, sickly colored aisles of this drug supermarket.
Drug zone.
Mickey, wearing a leather jacket, no shirt, and crazy hair, goes back to the counter so we can talk to the pharmacist about, hey, you got any more of this snake bite juice? Notices that the guy has been watching American Maniacs,
Yeah.
and they're talking about
them.
the 48 people that they have killed,
Yeah.
and has set an alarm. Oh, you son of a bitch. Pulls out his gun, starts firing away as the cops have been alerted. And then one of my favorite lines in the whole movie, he just yells out to Mallory, Mallory, you get the car, I'll get the snake bite juice. Okay. He shoots the pharmacist behind the counter, but as he gets outside, Mallory
It's too late,
has already
baby.
been taken. The cops are there,
Scagnetti on Scagnetti.
and Scagnetti on Mallory, and he's threatening, you drop your gun, get out of here, or I'll cut her tits off. Like, classy.
Yeah.
Classy.
Classy cop.
Yeah, copper. Yes.
I don't think you're allowed to say something like that. Did you read your Miranda rights? I threatened to cut her tits off if that's what you mean.
There's a Japanese TV crew there for some reason. And they're like, ooh, Mickey is very virile.
Yeah.
He has a big gun. And then when he gets tackled, they're like, he has been rendered impotent.
Yeah.
It's just one more thing so bizarrely tossed into this mix.
But yet also so perfectly Japanese media. You know?
Well, they surround Mickey. I think he manages to stab a few cops before they tase him. And, I mean, let's face it. If this couple had killed 4 dozen people,
Yeah, including cops.
they would have fucking killed him right here.
Yeah.
It would have been like, whoops.
Yeah. Sorry, he had a gun.
Yes.
Because he did.
Which he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cops beat Mickey down. Scagnetti takes Mallory off, and then it's 1 year later. Apparently they have survived not only their snake bites, but the beating they received at the hands of the police. And we get a prison montage, black and white. And lo and behold, who shows up now? Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee. I love
Lee.
Tommy Lee's look in this movie. It is so Southern dick.
Yeah, it's funny. I heard him talking about basing it on like old theater, like Moliere characters.
Really?
He very specifically crafted his ducktail haircut or whatever. He said he wanted it to look like a rear end of a 58 Studebaker, and he's wearing very like odd clashing patterns, his tie and his suit, and he's got that greasy pencil thin mustache in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a lot of input into the look that he's got in this movie.
Nice.
That's an actor taking a little agency in the way that he looks. And my name is Dwight McCluskey, warden of the penitentiary.
Minute.
Tommy Lee Jones plays Dwight McCluskey, and he says, "Welcome to hell," as they're all in there. Mm-hmm. There has been a little, like, Highway to Hell references throughout this movie. Route 666.
Yep.
And I think it even opens with somebody reading a newspaper about this couple's on their way to hell, but apparently they're there now. And yeah, like we said, real prison with inmates.
Yeah.
Hooting and hollering. Looking at our DJ like he's a PB&J.
Like
I can't wait to take a bite of that one.
He just looks delicious, don't he?
Scagnetti and Tommy Lee Jones, Dwight McCluskey, they bond here, talking about how much they want to kill these psychos. And we get this whole plot unfold of how the prison has to transfer Mickey and Mallory
you should
out.
take them, and you should, something happens on the
If
road.
something were to happen to them,
Yeah,
nobody would question it because you're Jack Scagnetti,
that's right.
golden boy of the police force.
Yeah,
And he's like, okay, this sounds like a job for me.
yeah.
But I also thought, that seems like a rather convoluted plan to kill these assholes, Warden. Couldn't you just, like...
Pay a prisoner to shank him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's 3 cartons of Marlboros and a toothbrush that I've sharpened down into a fucking knife's edge. Here you go.
You can have Salisbury steak every day next week if you stab Mickey in both of his eyes.
They take Scagnetti to Mallory's cell where she's singing, and Scagnetti is digging on it. He's looking through the window like, ho, 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 ho.
He immediately starts being fucking lecherously creepy and like, how long has it been since you've been fucked? Yeah, do you think about it?
Before this, when he's just looking through the window, she takes a run at him. She sees him peeking through the window, and she's like, ah! And then she, like, knocks herself out.
Headbutts the window. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, there was a cameraman who did it. Bam! Knocked himself down, hurt himself. And Oliver Stone was like, that was good. We didn't really get the shot. So he went through 2 cameramen. I think he went through like a cameraman and then like the actual DP on this.
Yeah. And one of them cut their eye and the other one broke a finger.
Jesus Christ. What was going on while they're making this movie? It's just wild.
This has been a sometimes it's dangerous to make a movie. Hollywood Minute. So yeah, Scagnetti gets super lecherous and gross with her, and he starts to kind of get in on her, and she plays along with it, and she's being all like, you like that? You know, she's playing up the sexual aspect because she knows that's what he wants, and she fucking turns the tail on him, and they get into a good little scuffle here. Yeah. And this is when Tom Sizemore actually gets his nose broken by Juliette Lewis.
Yeah.
In this little fight.
Crazy bitch broke my nose.
Yeah, which is true, which is a real line.
Yeah.
Probably needed to get a stitch, but Oliver Stone was like, dude, we got to keep going. We got to keep going. Just kind of suck it up. You're okay. You'll be fine.
How am I supposed to do coke with fucking one of my nostrils all plugged up like this?
Let's just rub a little on it and it'll be fine.
You know what, Ollie? You're right. That works.
Yeah.
Let's go.
This has been sometimes you just have to rub a little bit on it and it'll be fine. Hollywood Minute.
Yeah. While Scagnetti is meeting Mallory, this is when Wayne Gale gets confirmation that he can get the interview with Mickey that he wants. Yes, that's right. You're going to be bigger than John Wayne Gacy. You're bigger than Ted Bundy. Am I bigger than Manson? It's like, oh, it's tough to go up against the king.
The king, yeah.
Yeah. And Mickey's like, yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm no Manson. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, they set up the interview for just after the Super Bowl. She's like, I mean, It felt so appropriate, of course.
Yeah.
The absolute most
America.
corporate watched American thing. We're
Yeah.
gonna follow up the Super Bowl with this sensational media blitz of
With the
mass
polar bear
murder.
Coke commercial.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That is a great moment.
It is a great
Right.
moment.
Because once the interview starts,
Yeah.
I mean, Mickey's spouting all kinds of stuff in this interview, talking about the shaman and how he's done with the killing. He wants to move on because only love can kill the demon.
Yeah.
And our DJ's like, oh, that's right. Only love can kill the demon. And it instantly goes to that Coca-Cola polar bear commercial. It's so fucking great.
It is.
It's such a great cut.
You know that Coke totally gave them the permission to use that commercial in the movie.
I wondered about that.
And then when the movie came out, they were pissed because they didn't realize what the movie was really going to be.
Oh, man. It's great, though. It couldn't be better.
Yeah.
But also during this interview, all the inmates are watching it on the live feed. Because why
Yeah.
not? What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
Running a tight ship here.
Yeah. These
Tommy
are all
Lee.
real inmates, too. All real inmates. We're about to get into my favorite part of the movie, which is the prison riot.
I mean, it's the
Yeah.
climax of the movie. Everything has been barreling towards this, really.
Yeah.
And Nikki spouts a lot of gobbledygook in this moment.
Sure.
About being a predator and the world is full of predators and only the vicious survive. And he eventually buttons it up with, I'm a natural born killer. And Wayne Gale nearly jizzes in his pants.
Yeah. And you can see the prisoners nodding their heads like, yeah, no, we get it.
Yeah.
We get
They're
it.
all getting into it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the kind of thing that, like, the story is going that way, and the filmmaking is showing it to us. I'm not sure that Woody Harrelson says anything that makes so much sense that it's going to actually cause a prison riot here.
Right, right.
But regardless,
It causes a prison riot. Yeah.
it's go time.
And again, real prison, real prisoners. They
Yeah.
shot in this prison for 4 weeks on this 56-day shooting schedule.
Well, half the shoot was in the prison.
Yeah. So for 2 weeks, they used the actual prisoners, and they started to film the riot scenes with the actual prisoners, giving them rubber weapons. And
Jesus.
it got out of control. And a couple of prisoners got hurt, a couple of guards got hurt, a couple other people got hurt, and they had to put the whole prison on lockdown and bring in 400 extras to shoot the rest of the sequence because
Wow.
it started an actual
Yeah.
riot.
Of course they're gonna. Of course.
It started it. Listen, you guys are all there high as shit, and you're making a fucking movie. You're giving the prisoners rubber guns and rubber
Haven't
bats.
slept for fucking 6 days.
What did you
just
think
doing
was gonna
crystal
happen?
meth.
Robert Downey Jr. is probably getting bumps from dudes in the corner. You know?
My God. Oh my God. Yeah, of course
And
they're going to hurt
the
each
actual
other.
prisoners got a little out of control and
Yeah.
started a legit riot. And they had
Because
to.
it was probably the most fun those fucking
yeah,
guys
it
had
was.
in like years.
Yeah. Yeah. They used it as an opportunity to create actual violence. I mean, I could see like two prisoners being like, yeah, on this next take, I'm going to fucking elbow Sam in the head because Sam and I got beef.
Yeah, that's right.
You know?
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah. Pretty fucking bizarre.
That's a prison riot Hollywood minute.
Yeah. That's I can't believe we didn't see that coming, Hollywood minute.
The riot goes through the looking glass. It's all make-believe, right?
Yeah.
It's all make-believe. Hand me that rubber baton.
Yeah.
And your Salisbury steak. No problem.
Yeah. Are those gentlemen fighting in the corner? Just keep rolling.
Yeah, the riot goes on in the prison. Now, Mickey and the interview team and Tommy Lee Jones, they're all kind of down in like a sub-chamber down here. So they hear about the riot, but they're all kind of locked down in there, and Mickey takes this opportunity to tell a joke, making the guys laugh, ha ha ha. And when they're sort of at their most vulnerable, pops one guy, grabs his shotgun, and just starts
Shoots like
blowing
5 people.
dudes away. Yeah. I gotta say, those guards had incredibly slow reactions.
They did.
No one cracked a shot off.
They were all still laughing at the joke.
But now he's got them all at gunpoint. Essentially, makes the last guard drop his gun, and he gets Wayne Gale to pick up the camera and follow him through the prison as he goes looking for Mallory, and chaos fucking reigns.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, as crazy as this movie is with all the now it's black and white, and now it's in 35 millimeter, and now all of a sudden it's Super 8, and now,
now it's security camera footage.
It's so crazy, and there's so many people. This really is some good pandemonium caught on film.
It is. The music is raging. It's great. This is a scene that gets your fucking blood up, for sure.
And this is actually when Mallory breaks Tom Sizemore's nose.
Yeah.
I think it's in this scene
right
here, because he's really being a skeevy douchebag. And Mickey busts in, kills the guards, and Mickey and Jack get in kind of a Mexican standoff, right? They both got their guns on each other. Although I think it really takes 3 to do a Mexican standoff, doesn't it?
I guess.
You have to have 3 people all going to shoot each other. It can't just be it's just a regular standoff.
Was this like an Italian standoff? Or maybe it was a Hawaiian standoff?
Yeah. The old Irish standoff.
Oh, the old Irish standoff, eh?
I think that's when you leave without saying goodbye, isn't it? Well, while Jack has got his gun trained on Mickey, Mallory sneaks up behind him with some kind of shiv and just
right in the neck, yeah.
Reunites with Mickey. I love you so much. I love you.
It is. It's heartwarming as Jack Scagnetti is bleeding out on the floor when the prison is rioting.
Wayne is getting it all on film, and it's kind of a funny moment, too. I mean, it's despicable, and the point of the movie, but, Wayne is pushing the camera to make sure it captures all of the really worst moments in this fight and in this riot. But it continues on live TV. You get a bunch of sort of SWAT guys who come out now. I mean, the shootout just gets more intense. And now, all of a sudden, Wayne has gone feral.
He's got a gun. He starts shooting people. He's screaming and excited.
I'm free. I'm finally free. Thanks, Mickey. You've shown me the way.
He divorces his wife over the cell phone. He calls up his girlfriend and she leaves him.
And they kind of get cornered for a little bit, but they are saved by a little guy who's got 2 shotguns. He's sort of like a little guardian angel, just leads them down.
Played by Arliss Howard.
Secret passage. Yeah, this is an interesting character, too, because you actually see him in the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah, in the diner, and then he disappears.
In the diner, and he just kind of fades away.
Yeah.
And then when they get to the prison, you see him mopping the floor at one point, and then he appears here, and he sort of rescues him.
There are other moments where you see him, too, but you don't realize it's him. There are quick flashes.
Flashes, right?
Of a demon that has multiple eyes, and that's him. It's like a crazy makeup on him.
Is happening with this character? I think there's actually an alternate ending as well.
There is an alternate ending, yeah.
Where he tries to get involved in their lives somehow.
Well, I think the alternate ending is he kills them both.
Oh, yeah?
In the RV when they escape. Because they all escape. And they kill Wayne Gale, and then Arliss kills both of them, and that's the end of the original ending.
I would have liked to have seen that, because they do escape the prison here. Tommy Lee Jones gets overrun by prisoners, and they all make their way out with Wayne Gale, filming their final bits with Wayne Gale. He's like, what's next for the Knoxes? And she says, well, actually, I've been thinking about motherhood lately. And they're all cozy. And he's like, all right, let me do my little wrap up. And they're like, oh, no, there's no wrap up. We're gonna wrap this up. We're going to blow your brains out. He's like, what do you mean? Well, I thought you said, what about the shaman, the Indian? You were done with killing. That love beats the demon. And it's like, I am done with killing, and it will. But you're the last one killing you. And what you represent is a statement.
Which
I'm not 100% sure what it's saying, but Frankenstein killed Dr. Frankenstein, so...
Did he say that?
He does say that.
That's funny.
Thank you for giving us a transition. No, don't. Mickey and Mallory always leave one person alive to tell the tale. That's why we have the camera. Oh, God, please, no. Blam.
They blow the shit out of him.
Yeah, you see him as the devil very briefly. There's a lot of those flashes.
Yeah.
Like Bloody Mickey, and here's Wayne Gale as the devil. And,
Yeah.
And like you said, Arliss Howard.
Arliss Howard, demon makeup, yeah. Done by Gordon Smith did the makeup effects in this.
Camera picks up Wayne's body as Mickey and Mallory walk away. We're going to cut to the newsroom where Channel Team Action News has lost the feed. They've been paying attention the whole time.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I think he's dead. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. And then we do a bunch of smash cuts of sensational 90s horrible headlines. The Menendez brothers, Rodney King,
O.J. Simpson,
Harding, Waco, Texas, Lorena Bobbitt. It's just like one thing after another.
Remember those days?
Yeah, the media just going crazy for all these terrible stories.
The fucking O.J. chase with the Bronco.
Oh, yeah. That's a where were you when moment.
I can't believe they never caught that killer either.
Yeah, but OJ did write the book, If I Did It. So just in case. If I were to kill my wife and that guy.
This has been, OJ wrote the book on how to do it, but didn't actually do it, man.
Oh, God. What a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get on the road here. Mickey and Mallory in an RV. They got like a brood of kids and a Leonard Cohen song playing.
Maybe I've been waiting.
She's pregnant again.
Yeah.
And I kind of hate this.
I think I would kind of like the Arliss Howard kills them both ending.
See, I didn't know. I knew there was an alternate ending, but I didn't know what it was. And I think I totally would prefer if they had died in the end because...
They kind of should.
Well, them not dying does kind of glorify them in a way that I'm not cool with in this movie.
And Oliver Stone said he decided to change the ending and make them not die because in the 90s, the bad guys were getting away with it in the movies. That was his opinion.
Well, what a pussy. What a pussy way out. Seriously. Fuck that. What an excuse.
Come
Fuck
on.
off, Oliver Stone. No, listen. He made so many bold choices, more bold choices per minute in this movie than any other movie of his entire career.
Yeah.
And he's going to fucking lame out at the end and be like, well, it was the 90s, so the bad guys got away with everything.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I agree.
Everything about this movie up to this point is like a batshit crazy choice. And it all works so well that you're just going to fucking limp dick it over the finish line, be like, that's what people wanted.
Mickey and Mallory needed to go out like,
Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, and what's that fucking Rob Zombie sequel to House of a Thousand Corpses?
Devil's Rejects.
Yeah. They should have gone out like the Devil's Rejects. I'm not a big fan of Rob Zombie. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of House of a Thousand. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Devil's Rejects. But I do love the Freebird ending of Devil's Rejects where they get gunned down by the cops. I think that is amazing. And that makes the third movie, which is a pile of garbage, irrelevant. And this has been Rob Zombie still kind of sucks Hollywood Minute.
Should have kept him in the grave, Zombie.
Yeah.
I would have really preferred if they had gotten gunned down.
Yeah,
because you don't get to be that toxic and that awful. And there are things like the peeking over in the corner and you see the female hostage all bound up and she's in her underwear and it's like...
It's horrible.
That's an unforgivable for me.
It is.
You got to get it, my dude.
Yeah. In fact, there's a moment in a Woody Harrelson interview where he goes, there's a couple times where I felt we went a little too far. And he goes, there's a bit with a hostage in a hotel room, and I thought maybe we went a little too far there. But thankfully, he cut it out. And then the interviewer goes, it's back in the director's cut. And he goes, oh. You can see the disappointment in his eyes.
Shit.
Yeah.
But what do you want to rate natural born killers with? Snake bites?
Yeah.
How many snake bites are you going to give natural born killers?
Obviously, there were dozens of snakes, and I ran through them, and I got bit 9 times. I love this fucking movie.
9 times.
I love
King
this movie.
Fancy.
This movie's King Fancy for me. If I can sit down and watch it and be smiling from end to end and still be amazed by the end of it, like, wow, what an accomplishment, it's a 9.
Yeah. I give this movie 8 snake bites. I'm leaning really close to 7.5. Only because, now that we talk about it, I really wish they had died at the end of this movie. And hearing Oliver Stone's excuse...
Fuck you.
I think that's a fucking tepid, limp dick excuse, and I'm going to say 7.5 snake bites.
Wow.
This one. I'm going to take it down from 8.
I dropped your score just by giving you a little Oliver Stone lore.
Yeah. As bold as he is for this whole film.
Sure.
To just puss out like that.
Yeah.
At the end, because it's the 90s and bad guys get away with it.
I get it.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy this movie, without a doubt. This is a cool ride and bold filmmaking, which is something it definitely has in common with our new release,
The Bride.
Shall we step into the lobby and come back and we can talk about
The Bride?
The Bride.
Yes, we should.
All right, be right back.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the diva to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
And we are back.
Welcome back.
It is an evening of bold filmmaking. People swinging for the fences with both these features tonight. Holy shit.
Holy fuck.
Now, Oliver Stone had been established as a director and a screenwriter for a number of years. Maggie Gyllenhaal, who directs The Bride, this is only like the second feature she's ever done.
Yeah.
And taking a big swing here.
Absolutely.
Her take on The Bride of Frankenstein. Again, first time with us, we will do a spoiler-free synopsis and give our review here before we head into the lobby one last time to spoil
the whole
damn
thing.
So apparently Maggie Gyllenhaal got the idea for this, the seed that sprouted into her version of The Bride when she saw somebody's tattoo of
the bride?
Elsa Lancaster. The Bride of Frankenstein. And that led her to watching the movie, in which the Bride of Frankenstein is only in it for about 2 minutes. It's really just the sequel to Frankenstein.
Yeah. I'm not really sure why it's called The Bride of Frankenstein. It should have just been called Frankenstein Wants a Girl. Because that's what it's about. Make me a mate.
But she had seen it. She watched it. She realized, wow, the bride comes back. She doesn't really have anything to say, and she doesn't seem to be happy to be there. No one really asked her if she wanted any of this, and it was from that moment that this idea took hold that would eventually be put on screen and is in theaters right now.
Yeah.
And not doing so great at the box
Sadly,
office.
it is not doing great. I'm going to come right out of the gate, and I'm going to say this movie deserves better.
Okay.
Than what it's getting.
We'll get into it. And this one's set in the 1930s. There are, without giving away any spoilers, a couple of detectives who are on the case here. So in that spirit, I'm going to curl up my lip here and give my best sort of hard-boiled 1930s detective.
That's right.
Hit me up with a little film noir soundtrack if you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's good, see? Got a little rain can patter against the windowsill there.
Rain? Okay, hold on. There you go.
Real good, see? Chicago, 1936. A lonely guy prowls the streets looking for a doctor. He's sick, see? But it's not a fracture in his bones. It's a break in his heart. Loneliness. That bitter feeling after the last drop of rye has left the glass. This is our man Frank, stitched together from a madman's nightmares, but looking for a dream of his own. A companion, a bride, as it were.
That's right.
He goes to see the good doctor, but that term's a stretch for this peculiar sawbones. The doc's a woman living in a man's world and has made some dubious choices to claim a spot she deserved all along. She'll agree to help our man Frank. She'll give life to a lady cadaver, juice her up in more ways than one, bring this broken blondie back from beyond the brink.
You had me at juice her up.
Only problem is, nobody asked Blondie first. She's born again with a nagging need for something to say and plenty of words to say it. Born again with nothing but questions and a knack for chaos. More than able to raise a little Cain. She's hell-bent to figure out what she is, who she is, and where she belongs. And she might just start a riot in the process. Do all the pieces in this jigsaw fit nicely? Well, that's why it's called a puzzle. Do all the stitches in this Frankenstein hold together? Well, that's why it's called a monster. And this singular monster is gothic opera turned punk rock. The bride rides the lightning, a suppressed rage, walks down the aisle with gleeful chaos, and tosses a bouquet of raw energy, wild emotion, and 3 fingers of heartache. She's got a mouthful of words and a hatful of ideas, and she might be thinly veiled at times, but in her reanimated heart, she's got a vow to keep, to find her own voice and make a name for herself, of her own choosing. So, you tell me, Mike, you giving this bride an I do, or are you leaving her at the altar?
I say I do. I'll take the bride.
You take the bride.
I will be honest.
Look, hold on a second. Hold on.
Okay, all right.
Because...
Don't yell at me.
No, I'm going to. I'm a little disappointed because I thought for sure we were not going to agree about this movie.
Oh, you thought that I was going to hate it?
Yeah, I thought you would not like this movie.
I'll be honest. When I read this, because I worked on this movie, I was the first one in the shop to read the script.
Oh, okay.
And I read the script and I went, what the fuck is this? And I kind of got mad.
Yeah? Like
Yeah.
you didn't like the script.
No, I was like, this is terrible. Because I thought it was going to be a traditional Frankenstein movie.
It is not.
It is absolutely not. And I was shocked at how wild and weird the script was. And there's one part in the movie, and when I read that part in the script, I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I can understand.
That is so stupid.
I can understand. I know exactly what part you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I have to praise Maggie Gyllenhaal for showing, I think, tremendous fucking brass to write it and to do it.
Yeah.
And this is a pretty divisive movie. It has been getting trashed by a lot of reviewers. There are some critics who really like it. There's a lot of people who hate it. But I think this is sort of like punk rock.
It is totally punk rock.
Does it always work on every level? No. There's a lot of like messiness and a lot of sloppiness. I mean, it's beautiful in many, many ways, but narratively it doesn't always make sense or connect. But the raw emotion and the intention behind the artist in this is, I think, exhilarating. And that's why the first time I watched it, I was like, the fuck did I just, what was that?
Yeah.
And the second time, I'm not sure that I answered those questions of what was that, but I am sure I like this. I like this movie. I like what's happening.
And you want to see it a third time, right?
I do.
Me too.
I do.
I was thinking that today. I was like, should I go see it a third time
I
at
did
the
not
theater?
think you were going to like this movie.
Well, like I said, I didn't like the script, and I went to the movie expecting to be disappointed. I saw it on opening day with Jason from the shop because we worked on it.
Oh, yeah.
And he went to set. He did some of the days with the full Frank body makeup.
Okay. Which is cool, by the way.
Yeah, It's very fucking cool. We'll get into it when we get into it. But also Scott Stoddard was there. Scott was one of the lead designers on the show and one of the sculptors, and also went down and did all the application along with another guy, Robin Pritchard, who also did all the applications. So did Stella Sensel. She did like the hands. She would like hide underneath the makeup table and do the hands while the guys were like tag teaming the head and neck. But anyway, I went with Scott and Jason, and everyone was kind of like at the end of it, like, I don't know. And I was like, I think I really like this movie. And they're like, you like it? And I was like, I really do. And they're like, I think I like it too, but I'm not sure. The funny thing is, Scott said at the end of it, he goes, I finally see what was inside Maggie's head. Like on set.
Cool.
You know, we're seeing how it's playing out and maybe not quite getting it.
Yeah.
He goes, but it all makes sense.
Understand.
No.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not sure it does all make sense. I'm not sure it does. Narratively,
it's not cohesive.
It's narratively, it's a crazy ride, and some dots, I've seen it twice, still don't quite connect for me.
Sure.
And I think if you're looking for a clean story, you could get really frustrated with this movie. And it might cause you to really not like it. And that, you know what?
That's what's
fine.
happening.
But to me, the more I've been ruminating about this, I feel like people who say that they don't dig this movie are like the people who would say the Sex Pistols were bad because they couldn't play their instruments. Where I'm like, well, you know what? You make a good point. You make a good point.
Sure.
But also, I'm not sure that is the point. So you might not like that particular thing, but I'm not exactly sure that that's the kind of music that you were looking for in the first
place. Punk rock
like
is messy, and this movie is punk rock as fuck.
Absolutely. So if you go in looking for like a nice clean story or a translation of Mary Shelley somehow into this.
Or Guillermo's Frankenstein from a female point of view. Nope.
Yeah.
Not getting
you are not going to get this. This is very messy, but in the end, I find it very powerful.
I'm really disheartened at the amount of people that fucking hate this movie. And the fact that it's getting trashed so hard, and the fact that it's being referred to as one of the biggest bombs since Cats.
Yeah, well, you know what? A lot of people don't like punk rock. A lot of people don't understand punk rock, or they think they do, and then they get confronted with it, and they don't understand it, so they don't like it. And that is precisely why I was like, I gotta see this movie again, because I think I dig it. I mean, I was moved emotionally, but intellectually, the way I wanted to connect these dots and follow these threads, I was like, that's messy and unsatisfying. Does that make it a terrible movie? I need to watch it again.
Yeah. It's unique and fun and crazy, and her performance is one of the best performances I've ever fucking seen given.
Yeah. Oh my God. Jessie Buckley, amazing. Yeah. And I mean, she just won the Academy Award for Best Actress, right?
And if she doesn't get nominated for this and win, fuck you.
And then you got Christian Bale, who's also won an Academy Award. You got Annette Bening, who's also won an Academy Award. You got Penelope Cruz, who's also won. I mean, the fucking cast in this.
Yeah.
Just stellar. Absolutely stellar.
Although I will say that the Penelope Cruz, Peter Sarsgaard through line and plot to me didn't work.
Did I feel like it was just filling out the movie?
Yeah,
somehow?
It felt like we need an info dump, and here it comes from these two. Those characters for me didn't quite work. I would have rather seen more of the Bonnie and Clyde, reference, and Sid and Nancy of Frank and Penelope, as she's referred to in most of the movie.
Yeah, I get it. I think that's a valid criticism. I mean, it is a Bonnie and Clyde type story, so focusing on the people who are on the trail and picking up the pieces after they've been places, I think it's valid, but there is some part of it where it's like, okay, let's just get on to the good stuff again, which is the two of them. Because you're right, she's tremendous.
Yeah.
I really think he does a great job, too. I think the first time I was just so in awe of her. I was just like, what is happening next? The second time I watched it, I actually paid a little bit more attention to him. And I was like, fuck, he's great, too. He's very sensitive. As the creature, or Frankenstein's monster, he just goes by Frankenstein in this. Because he says he took his father's name. Or just
Frank,
Frank is what they call him, right?
Yeah.
He is true to the original creature in the book. He is capable of some monstrous things, but he is deeply sensitive and also a little bit of like naivete.
Sure.
with him that is disarming in some sometimes funny ways.
Yeah.
And sometimes very touching ways.
Absolutely. Like the whole reason why he wants a bride. He's all like, yeah. Like you get that look on his face and the big smile. And
well, because this takes place in the 30s.
Yeah.
But Frankenstein, the monster, has been around since 1819, right?
Yeah.
So he is literally over 100 years old and just become sort of crippled with loneliness.
Yeah. He's got monster street smarts. He knows all about lynch mobs and stuff.
Yes, he's been through it before.
Yeah, I've been through this before.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good line. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, what else can we say about this before we head into the lobby? Because I do want to break this one down and talk about it. Because this is also, although not as flashy in some ways as Natural Born Killers in terms of the different lenses and the smash cuts and the constant lighting changes and everything. But make no mistake, this movie is a mashup of a bunch of different things. It is a Frankenstein of a feature in itself. In that way, I think it does have that in common with Natural Born Killers as well, because the unbridled chaos of this movie takes some left turns out of nowhere at times, and they are crazy, they are thrilling.
Yeah. It's a romance picture, it's a gangster picture, it's a musical in 2 scenes. And I will say one thing to those of you who have not seen the movie and might pause and not get all the spoilers because you're not sure if you want to go see it or whatever. This movie ends with the monster mash. And I feel like it should have opened with the monster mash. Because that would have really set the tone. Because at the end, when the credits roll and they play that song Monster Mash, I was like, oh, fuck yeah. And they really should have did that at the beginning, because that would have probably set the tone for all the people that got mad and walked out of the theater thinking they were going to see something else.
Yeah, I have heard a lot of people walking out of the theater. Honestly, you're either going to get affected by it or you're not. And I will tell you, I'm going to give this one a high rating. And I will tell you, it is definitely what I want.
Yeah.
Is it what you want?
Yeah.
I can't speak to that.
I agree.
Because some people don't like punk rock. Do you know what I mean? Some people demand a cleaner narrative, and this story is not going to give it to you. In a lot of ways, this movie has more of like a European director's sensibility to it than an American one. Sometimes I feel like she decided I don't need to connect these dots, and I can just rely on raw emotion to set the table for the next moment. And I found it thrilling.
Yeah.
Frankly.
Well, how many lightning bolts would you give this movie?
I'm going to give this movie 8 lightning bolts.
So am I.
It is what I...
It's what you want.
We call 8 what you want. And I'll say that. That's my caveat.
Yeah.
It's what I want. It's what you want. I don't know if it's what you'll want for everyone, but I dig it, man.
I think I didn't know that it's what I wanted until the end. And I was like, that's what I wanted.
Yeah. There's a moment in this movie that the first time I watched it, I literally thought, what the fuck is this? And I had goosebumps. I had goosebumps. I'm like, I can't believe this is happening right now. For lack of a better term, the balls on Maggie Gyllenhaal to fucking push this moment. And not only that, it's fucking killing it right now.
Yeah. Yeah, there were times I sat in the theater with a giant smile on my face going, wow.
But yes, there are things that maybe feel like a little bit of filler or a little bit of padding to the movie, or there's threads that don't quite tie themselves up.
If I tried to base this movie strictly on being a movie with a good narrative and a good story, it's probably a 6 or something like that, you know, but the overall feeling and charge I got from it, and just the way it's so at times avant-garde and just in your face and bold and fun, I was like, no, that's an 8, man.
Yeah. This movie will live on.
Oh,
totally. It will take like a cult life of its own. There's going to be enough people that are like, I think I really dig this, actually, that it's going to build a legit cult following.
I was listening to the House of Ghouls podcast the other day with Ian Von Ghoul, Crystal, and Colby Does Horror.
Oh, yeah.
And they all loved it.
Oh, yeah? Great.
Yeah.
I love to hear it.
I pressed play. I was like, oh, boy, these guys are probably going to hate this fucking movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, excellent. Okay, great. Good. I'm not crazy.
It is the kind of movie, and I got to be honest, like, I don't want to be a critic. I just want to be a fan, a movie fan who talks about the movies and give a review, you know what I mean? But I don't necessarily want to consider myself a film critic. That being said, just by the nature of the show, I was like, I think I like this movie. Am I brave enough to just go out there and say, like, I really like this movie?
Yeah,
because so many people are going to fucking hate it.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's fucking good. I don't care. This is
You don't like this movie? You walked out of it? Send us an email. We'll read it on the air.
Frankly, I would love to have a discussion with somebody who hates this movie. I think
And
they
don't
could probably
just
make
hate
a lot
it
of
because
valid
other
points.
people are hating it. Because I think a lot of
That's
that is
easy.
happening.
I do too.
People are
I do
jumping
too.
on the hate bandwagon because it's the thing to do. Oh, look,
Yeah,
I can also trash the bride.
Yeah, well, because I think there's something that is a bit of an unknown quantity. It leaves you with that feeling of like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah.
And so then people are waiting for other people to tell them what they just watched.
Morons.
So let's step into the lobby.
And come back and tell you what you just watched.
I'll see you in a bit.
All right.
Hungry? Thirsty? The refreshment stand is open with everything to satisfy your taste buds. Here's the menu: the hottest, freshest, crunchiest popcorn, each kernel popped to its fullest with that real movie time taste. Cold drinks, you'll find your favorite ice cold, tasty, and thirst quenching. And hot dogs, hamburgers, and candy too. Now a short intermission, so you'll have time to make your selection before the show begins.
And we're back.
There we go. Did we ever figure out what happened to it?
What happened to what?
The Transylvanian twist.
Fuck off.
I think it's now the MASH, right?
It was the Monster Mash, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was terrible.
In 1818, Mary Shelley wrote Frankenstein on a dare. Mm-hmm. These are the opening titles to this movie.
Yeah.
And then we get someone saying a knock-knock joke. Is it a knock-knock joke? Knock-knock. Who's there? It's me, Mary Shelley.
It's not very funny, but okay.
Black and white. Mm-hmm. Jessie Buckley portraying Mary Shelley trapped in purgatory?
Or
I guess the spirit of Mary Shelley.
Yeah. Apparently she's been trapped there for 100 years, and now she has a chance to,
Yeah.
you know, this is an odd way to open the movie, and I
Oh,
wasn't
my
sure
goodness.
what I was seeing.
And right off the bat, I'm not sure that it works, narratively speaking.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that this ever really makes sense to me.
It doesn't make any sense.
No. And she's saying, you know me, I wrote what I wrote, but I didn't get a chance to write everything that I wanted to write, and I've been trapped here. I think she might even mention that she died of a brain tumor, and then she couldn't write it, she couldn't speak it, and in the end she couldn't even think it, and then she died. She still had so much more to say, and she's been trapped here looking for a way to reach out from beyond the grave. She's got a story. Is it a ghost story? Is it a horror story? Or worse of all, is it a love story?
And, you know, the original Bride of Frankenstein opens with Mary Shelley talking about writing the book.
Oh, shit.
And talking about how she didn't have enough chance to say everything that she wanted to say.
Oh, that's great. That rings a bell now that you say it. But I really wish I had watched, I think Mom's got my DVD copy of Frankenstein. I
Is
got,
it
like,
that
the
Universal
Legacy
box set
edition
with
all of them in there?
Nah, it's a good one.
Those were so good. Scraped all of those up when we could back in the day. It has like a preview of Van Helsing on it with Hugh Jackman.
My God. Get the fuck out. I will burn down Van Helsing. someday. I will destroy every copy in existence.
But I do want to mention it again. The enormous set of cojones you have to have as an artist. Like, here's Maggie Gyllenhaal, and I guess it's referenced in that original movie, but to say, like, okay, it's Mary Shelley, and she's going to say, I didn't write enough, and here's more, and here's the story that I'm going to write. Like, can you imagine if somebody made a movie, and they're like, it's going to start off with John Lennon, and he's going to be like, well, I died, but I still had another song left in me, and here it is. And then they proceed to play like a John Lennon song, and you'd be like, that's not a John Lennon song. Like, what the fuck are you...
Imagine there's another song.
This one's called Imagine Again. No.
Imagination.
I mean, like, it really is so bold.
Yeah.
It's almost off-putting. How can you fucking do this with an artist? Mm-hmm. We're just going to pretend like you had more to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yet the movie unfolds like Mary Shelley is tuning the narrative because she possesses this character of Ida.
Yeah. We go from the black and white to a dinner scene. It's a crowded restaurant. There's a couple of look like mob hoodlums there with some call girls, and one of them gets targeted by Mary Shelley. Ah, yes, this one will do nicely.
Yeah.
We don't know why she can creep into her brain or why she can possess her.
Doesn't matter.
One of the many questions that will not go answered. And if you have an issue with it, you might not like this movie.
You're starting off on a bad foot already.
I can just sneak in here. I can slip on in. And here comes the motherfucking bride.
Yeah.
Is what Mary Shelley says.
Yeah.
Well, a bold choice of words for the lady who lived.
Should have been when the Monster Mash started playing.
Yeah. You know, I think if they had started it with the Monster Mash, that probably would have thrown me more than anything. I like it revealing itself the way it did, even though it took me 2 viewings to make any sort of decision about whether it was a good choice or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we're in the 1930s, and Jessie Buckley's playing Ida Volinsky. You'll learn her name is. And when she gets possessed by Mary Shelley here, she's kind of doing some spasms, talking in a different accent out of the side of her mouth, just spilling
using
out
different words,
a bunch of multisyllabic words. It is a great little possession.
It's fucking awesome.
We're off with Jessie Buckley here, and she's knocking it out of the park in just about every scene. Whether it is just technical, like this flashing between one personality to another, and she's like, oh, what am I doing? What's happening to me? What's going on? Trying to figure it out, or just so many other times in this movie where it's just raw emotion pouring out of her. Top-notch performance.
Totally great.
And the mob guys here at the table, oh, God, slimy, sleazy motherfuckers.
Every man in this movie sucks.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
And I don't mind.
Yeah.
You know, the haters out there are going to be like, it's just man bashing. You know.
Get over yourself.
Yeah,
who gives
cares?
a shit? Just because a movie's centered around a fucking woman or a feminist idea, it is not man bashing by nature.
Not at all.
But you're right. All these guys are awful. And this mob guy is like, hey, have an oyster for me. And she's like, I don't really like oysters. And he's like, come on, take the oyster. How about a yes, please?
Yeah.
Essentially forces her to eat an oyster while she's going through this sort of like possession spasm every once in a while. How about a yes, please? It's really despicable until she finally is like, yes, please. And then sucks the oyster out of the shell, barfs it up on him. Oh, all over my suit. Hey, what are you doing here?
What do you, hey, oh. Yeah, there's a lot of bada bing shit going on here.
But her possession just ramps up until she starts making a scene in the restaurant and pointing out an older guy at the bar. Mr. Lupino, I think, is pointing a finger at him. And even though Ida doesn't know what's happening to her, Mary Shelley essentially is like indicting Mr. Lupino as a criminal.
Yeah.
Saying some things, and he gets uncomfortable, snaps his fingers. The toadies take her out of the bar to the top of a staircase, and they're like, Ida, what the hell's going on? And she's just rambling and starts telling the one toady, oh, your cock looks like a belly button, and just sing like a bunch of crazy, weird things until he smacks her. She takes a slip and a tumble down the stairs, and what a tumble down the stairs.
Yeah.
It's
good start.
artful, slow motion. You see, her hit her head and all this different stuff. But yeah, if you see the actual behind the scenes stunt, gadzooks. That looks like a deadly fall.
That's a good fall down the stairs there. Yeah.
It sure is. Leg shatters, slow motion, titles, The Bride. Got to the busy street. This is Gothic Chicago in the 1930s.
Looks beautiful, too. All the VFX stuff and everything they did to make everything look really like 30s Chicago and 30s New York. Fucking great.
Yeah.
Shot in IMAX, this movie.
But through the Chicago streets, we see a raggedy man walking through the streets. He's looking for a doctor. And waiting in the doctor's office, a woman comes up the stairs and he says he's looking for Dr. Euphronius. This is Christian Bale. This will be Frank, our Frankenstein. And he's sort of pleading with her that he wants to see Dr. Euphronius until she says, I am Dr. Euphronius. I use just an initial when I'm doing my correspondence and writing my books because it's easier. Because I'm a woman and people won't take me seriously if they see a woman's name, which
is the whole point of this fucking movie.
And that's very true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even to this day.
But I want to say one thing, and then I won't say this again, but I'm sure there's already people going, Frankenstein is the doctor. And the monster. Because that's a fucking pet peeve of mine. If I refer to the monster as Frankenstein, just fucking let it go.
Yeah,
Don't be stupid about it. It doesn't matter. Yeah. It's Frankenstein, okay?
And in this story, he does explain he took his father's name.
Yeah.
So actually, his last name is, Frankenstein.
Yeah. So drop it right now.
There it is.
Don't tell me that I'm wrong. Don't send an email saying Frankenstein was the doctor. I fucking know.
It's something that we didn't talk about in the non-spoiler part. And this fits into what you were just saying there. But we have so many preconceived notions of what Frankenstein is.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's the book. But there's also the original James Whale movies, right?
Yep. And the Boris Karloff look.
Yeah, exactly. If you ask somebody, what does Frankenstein look like? If they're not being an asshole and being like, what do you mean, the doctor? Or the... Okay, just what does that monster look like? 99 out of 100 times, they're going to do the Boris Karloff square head, bolts in the neck. Like it's just... Green. It has entered the public consciousness. That's what that is. So you're dealing with the book. You're dealing with that Boris Karloff presentation and everything that goes with that. This movie deals with all sort of iterations of Frankenstein throughout the years. And even when we get to it, fucking young Frankenstein is referenced in this.
That's
Again,
the part in the script where I went,
boldness and the choice.
No.
Yeah. I know, because on paper, you'd be like, this is a terrible choice.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's talk about the creature design for a minute.
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Because here we see Frank. She asks him to take off his hat and take off his gaiter. He's covering his mouth so she can see his face. Yeah, you guys worked on this one, so give me the scoop.
I'll tell you, originally this was a Netflix project. And prior to the actor and writer's strike is when we started to actually work on it. The project was brought to us by a friend of ours named Chris Gallagher, and he had done Christian's makeup a few times. And Scott Stoddard is a good friend of his and a good friend of mine as well. And Scott and Chris designed all the initial concepts for what the creature was going to look like.
Cool.
And there were so many stipulations from legal, because Netflix has the rights to do a Frankenstein movie, but they do not have the rights to what the character looked like in Universal. So Universal still owns Karloff's look,
the
square head, And the coloring and the bolts in the neck is all Karloff. You cannot reference anything like that. It has to be completely unique. So between Scott and Chris, they probably did about 20, 30 different designs, little drawings and stuff like that. Some of them very subtle, some of them a little bit more gonzo and wahoo. And in the end, it was sort of a nice mix of both. And one of the things that Maggie had wanted is she was referencing a lot of people that were like damaged in World War I, as far as like war victims that were missing a piece of their face or had their nose completely out of whack. You know, we looked at a lot of really strange, scarred characters in black and white photos. And Christian was going to play the monster. And then the strike happened. And I believe during the strike period, Netflix looked at what the budget was going to be at about $90 million and what the script was, which is very different. And they went, this is too much of a risk to take. Okay. So we think we're going to drop it. And Warner Brothers ended up picking it up.
I will say this. A $90 million budget is the least punk rock thing about this movie.
That's true.
That is the one thing I'm like, it is hard to call it punk rock when it's $90 million.
It's punk rock plated in gold. Very much. So, a lot of different sculptures were done. There was at least 4 different makeup tests. And in the end, it's about 12 pieces on the face and neck. And then when you include the full naked body, which you see later in the movie,
you see a little bit of it here too, because she's going to do some tests on him. The doctor takes his shirt open and she's like touching him and looking at him and listening to his heart, I think, with a stethoscope. So you do see a little bit of that stuff in this moment as well. Yeah.
And when they get into the full naked body, it's 40 pieces at that point.
Holy
That's
smokes.
like a 7-hour full body makeup. Yeah. Right?
I mean,
and you've got
fucking cool though.
Yeah, you've got Scott Stoddard, Robin Pritchard, Stella Sensel. They added a couple of other people at that point. Karen Jackson, Jason Collins, you know, the owner of Autonomous. He was down there for the full body stuff as well. There was this girl, Jacqueline Baird, that did a lot of the pre-painting on some stuff and doing like the little staples. And Karen actually did a lot of the pre-painting. What they would do is they'd take the makeup off of Christian at the end of the day and then like give the pieces to Karen, and the next day's pieces she would pre-paint in the same colors they use so that it would speed up the process of them applying the makeup the next day. And then the bride, you know, she's got a lot of tattoos, all of that, the ink splotch stuff, that was all tattoos that were designed by Madison Berger in our shop. And the bride's makeup, for the most part, was handled by Nadia Stacy, who was the makeup department head. And
it's cool.
Yeah, it is.
It reminded me very much of a ink blot on the side of her mouth and like spilled ink. I don't know that this was intentional, but in my mind, that to me said something about the stories that haven't been told. You know what I mean? Like spilled ink representing the waste of an untold story. Yeah. And I think her look is fucking great.
It is great.
Actually.
Yeah. It's a little shocking, too, when you see the bleached brows and the bleached lashes. You're just like, what the fuck? Yeah. That's good. Yeah. But anyway, that's kind of what went into the creature. A lot of people worked on this. Takes a village to like bring something like this together with all the sculpting and mold making and piece running and hair punching. I mean, they applied that thing, I want to say like 50 times maybe, the Frankenstein makeup, like 50 times, because he's in almost every scene, right? Yeah, yeah. And each day it's a whole new makeup.
Of course, yeah.
And each back of the neck is punched, you know, with the hair. There's a wig top he's got on, but all those cowl neck pieces are all just hand punched. So we had like 5 different people punching hair in the shop.
Gosh.
On appliances, just like.
Oh my gosh.
Every day.
I love it. I love the design. The work is great. I mean, Dr. Euphonius will joke about like, why the pieces? Why all the pieces? Why did he stitch together from a bunch of pieces? It doesn't make any sense. It's a funny line because it doesn't make sense. And he says like, well, I think he wanted to create something beautiful. And she's like, well, that's ironic.
Yeah.
Dr. Euphonius has a couple times where like she can be a little brusque,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah,
and
totally.
we get another one, too, where she's examining him. I've read all exhaustively about Dr. Frankenstein and his monster. And he looks like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, do I have to hear another person call me a monster?
Yeah.
And then she just goes, well, I'm sorry, is that inaccurate? Oh, my God, lady.
Read the room.
But he tells her why he's there.
Yeah.
I'm so lonely. For 100 years, I've been walking around. I need a companion.
Listen, dude, I get it.
Yeah.
I totally
Are you
understand.
asking me to make a bride for you out of the body of a dead woman? Is this about sex? Because I'm sure there are other easier ways you can go about this. Mm-hmm. And the maid comes in, sees him, freaks out, drops the tray full of fucking sandwiches and tea or
What
whatever.
a strange looking maid.
Yeah. So after the maid leaves, he's like,
No, this is about loneliness.
Yeah.
he's
I hear
been
you,
around
dude.
for over 100 years. Everybody runs screaming from him. I mean, that's very true to the character, or to the original Frankenstein, right? And to the
Yeah.
Karloff version, you know? There's
I mean,
something
all he likes to do
sad.
is go to the movies. And I get
Yeah.
it. I get that.
And I heard Maggie Gyllenhaal talk about, like, she really loved the idea of him going to the movies because he could take his hat off, take his mask off.
Yeah.
He could be himself, and he could have a relationship with the people on screen
Yeah.
that he couldn't have with people around. And that's why he's always kind of picturing himself in the movies with the people.
Yeah.
Because it's the only place where he can feel companionship.
Which is a bold choice to like actually have those
Yeah.
sequences where he appears
He's in
in
a
the movie.
tuxedo and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
dancing. Yeah. This is cool. It is cool.
Yeah. Yeah, he goes to the movies and he's got like the tux on. And I giggled the first time I watched this. And I nudged Michelle because she saw it with me. And I was like, putting on the Ritz.
Yeah.
I thought, like, oh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny and so silly. Little did I know
Yeah.
what was coming.
I know.
Yeah. But Frank does eventually convince Dr. Euphronius with a funny little line where he's like,
I thought you were a mad scientist.
and she's like, nah, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we cut to them digging up a grave. They're bringing the body. They wrap it in a burlap sack, bring the body upstairs. They're going to
We recognize it's Ida immediately.
from her boots, right? You see the boots. You're like, oh, yeah. And then puts her on the table. There's all that fucking awesome. I tell you, I love this in every Frankenstein movie.
Sure.
All of the weird equipment in the lab. Like, how are we going to pull this off? this time?
Steampunk.
Oh, it's always so fucking awesome.
Electro
Yeah.
charge things.
And
yeah.
And Dr. Euphronius Annette Bening is giving all the scientific gobbledygook about, like,
none of it
set-
making any goddamn sense at all.
Of course not. Make sure the proton reversal system is polarized to the correct frequency and set phasers to stun.
Yeah.
And this is a great moment when Frank tears open the sack and he looks at her and he's like,
She's too pretty.
she's too beautiful.
Yeah.
The doctor's like, oh, she is very pretty. What's wrong? He's like, no, this isn't going to work.
Yeah, let's start over tomorrow. Yeah.
It's a fine line here, right? Because you have a guy who is asking essentially
For a
the
mate.
doctor to make him a consort,
Yeah.
you know, a mate. I mean, it's really, it is about loneliness, but there's undeniably a sexual charge in all this.
Sex.
And the sort of childlike sensitivity that he has to this is actually pretty endearing, I find. And in this moment, like, it surprised me. Yeah, she's too pretty. And the doctor's like, listen, I'm not going to keep a dead body here all night. I'm not going to go out and do this again. This is what you got.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing.
It'll be fine.
Come flip this switch with me. And he's like, oh, my nerves. And she's like, grab the handle, slap it into.
Shabba-da-doo, let's go.
Yeah. To life. Pulls the popper, sparks, negative light. There's a spasm here, and then she sits up. Your bride, Frank, says the doc. He approaches her, and this is when she's like, coughs up
Yeah.
that ink blot on her cheek.
And then it's like 30 seconds of her comically spewing it out of the side of her mouth.
Yeah. and speaking as Mary Shelley through the reanimated corpse and rattling off a bunch of nearly poetic gobbledygook.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of brilliant.
No, not kinda. Just fucking flat out brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, the split personality job Jessie Buckley's doing is definitely something to watch. And here's the thing. I'm not so sure that the Mary Shelley connection narratively works in this movie.
It doesn't, but it's cool.
But it gives an opportunity for this to happen in the movie.
Yeah.
And it's cool as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, she tries to get off the bed, but her leg is snapped, something we saw when she tumbled down the stairs, so she falls down. She doesn't want Frank to touch her. She's all disoriented. She doesn't know who she is, where she is. I can criticize this movie a little bit, too, and say, like, if one was really in this position, I feel like more questions would be warranted about what the fuck is going on. She starts to go along for the ride a little bit too soon, but again, I think that's looking at it with the narrative lens and nitpicking it. And, you know, this movie won't hold up to scrutiny like that, really.
No.
Yeah. The doctor's like, calm down, it's okay. You're more than welcome to stay here. And Frank says,
I would be more than happy to share my bed with you.
Yeah.
and the doctor looks at him like,
come on, dude.
Yeah. He's all excited. Like,
do you want to have sex?
Yes. It's pretty fucking great. Skedaddle, you know. He's like, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
And the doc braces her leg, and Frank goes back to the movies to sort of live in his fantasy a little bit. And the doc tells her, like, no, you're his bride. She lays down the basic story here for Ida. Maybe you could ask more questions, but we're on the ride now.
We're ready to go. Yeah.
That night, Mary Shelley dream visits Ida, right? What's my name, she asks. Can you tell me? And Mary says, I would prefer not to, which is a sort of mantra in this film. That
I kind of love
takes
that,
its own
too.
journey.
I love every time she uses it.
Yep.
Maybe a little too many times at breakfast, but all the other times are pretty great.
Oh, yeah, but the breakfast table, which is the scene coming up.
Yeah.
She's in breakfast. Frank is there. The doctor's there. And the doctor's like, oh, we're going to run all these tests on you, and I can't wait to do this. And the bride is just like pushing the jar of marmalade off the table and smashing teacups. And
she's acting like a cat.
She is. She is. And people keep telling her what she's going to do or what they have to do to her today. And she's just kind of rebelling, breaking shit, not into it, until finally the doctor says, like, well, what would you like to do today? And she's like, there it is. Fucking question you should have asked from the beginning. She keeps saying, like, I would prefer not to. And she's just waiting for someone to give her fucking agency. And I think this goes back to Maggie Gyllenhaal's original idea of, like, here's this woman. She didn't consent to it. She doesn't have a voice. And so it's important to give her character some sort of agency right at the beginning. And I think that's what the scene is about. And I dig it.
Yeah.
And what she wants to do is go out to the movies, go out dancing.
Yep.
The late night freak out that they go to. Where, okay, there's a lot of moments in this movie that are just flat out anachronistic.
Yeah.
The stylistic choice does not necessarily fit the time period.
No, not at all.
This is
But it's
one
cool.
of those moments. It's fucking cool, though.
Yeah.
And they dance and they freak out, and she's just living in her body in this strange world she's found herself in. And
Yeah, she's
he's
feeling
watching
herself
her dance.
for sure.
Yeah. He's watching her dance at this underground club, and she's gyrating and just a little bit Elaine Benson sometimes on the floor.
Oh, totally. She's totally dancing like Elaine. Yeah. Kicking the legs out, kicking the arms back. Yeah. No, she's got the Elaine down for sure.
Manic, oversexed, powerful dance, and he is zoning out, sort of imagines her in one of those like Follies dresses or like something from Top Hat or Swing Time, one of those Ginger Rogers, Fred Astaire movies where she's got like tassels on, dressed all in white and dancing. And pretty soon people start to get a little too aggressive with her.
A little handsy. Yeah.
Yeah, hands are going up the skirt. You're getting a lot of strobe lights as she's struggling around, and Mary Shelley's coming out, essentially. She's,
Getting a little mad.
Spitting venom at some of these people as she's getting groped on the floor. And she screams, gets smacked, and then Frank is there to kind of pull her off the dance floor.
Yeah.
And they leave the club.
Time to go.
They're chased by a couple of these goons who still want to grab her ass and a handful of tit if they can. They're smacking Frank in the back of the head. They push him over. They push her against the wall. And I mean, you don't do this to fucking Frankenstein's monster. You don't do this shit. This is the thing. He's always real fucking gentle.
No.
Yes, Mark Wahlberg. This is not going to end well for these two fucking jackballs.
No.
He fucking smashes one of their heads against the side of the wall.
Yeah.
Ooh. And then the other one, he fucking curb stomps.
Yeah.
Holy shit. It's a violent, awful curb stomping, too.
Yeah.
Don't look away. Oh, flashbulbs. Oh, they've captured the deed. There's people there. There's witnesses. They're taking pictures. And Frank and the bride run away. And he's like, oh, this is it. I fucked everything up. I've messed everything up. Run, go away.
You got to go home.
I don't want to get you in any more danger. And she's like,
I don't know where I live.
And he's like, I don't care anywhere. Trust me, there's going to be a mob. And then he's like, almost crying, like, I've been through this before.
Yeah.
It's sad.
It is.
Shit.
Yeah.
You gotta go home. She's like, I don't know where my home is.
All right, let's go.
Extends a hand.
Take her along.
Here we go.
Yeah. Thus starts the Bonnie and Clyde journey.
That's right. And the next thing you know, they're on a boxcar.
Oh, yeah.
Ka-chunk, 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 ka-chunk. And the train stops, and they can hear the police checking out the cars. Frank is like, oh, we gotta hide.
Yeah.
Hide behind the crates here.
Keeping quiet, keeping down, keeping out of the way, and then the cops leave for the most part, and then he's talking to her, and she decides to start singing because now she's possessed again?
Yeah. Of all the possessions in this movie, this is probably the one that makes the least sense to me, right? Because she is possessed by Marlene Dietrich? Is that what's going on?
Is Marlene Dietrich dead at this point in life? 19.
But also, then is it Mary Shelley pretending to be Marlene Dietrich? And how does Mary Shelley know who Marlene Dietrich is? But there is a point, too, where in this movie I had to decide, like, well, if we have Mary Shelley in a movie, and Mary Shelley's supposed to be real, then how can we also have Frankenstein's monster in a movie and have that also be real, since Frankenstein's monster is a creation of Mary Shelley? And I just had to decide, this is a story. This movie is not asking you to pretend like all of this stuff is really happening. Because, this is another moment where I'm like, I don't know that this necessarily makes sense. But her singing as Marlene Dietrich brings the cops back there.
Well, Marlene Dietrich was popular at the time, but she didn't die until 92, so it definitely wasn't channeling the spirit of her.
Oh, so then it was Mary Shelley being Marlene Dietrich. Or it was Ida singing as Marlene Dietrich, but I don't know why Ida would do that.
Either way, here come the cops. Because they heard the singing, even though Frank's like, no, don't.
Yeah, he had been looking at his newspaper clipping because that's what he does to calm his nerves. He just looks at that picture of Jake Gyllenhaal in the newspaper like, oh, I love him so much.
I gotta look at the director's brother.
I see you back there. Come on, stand up. Sorry, I'm sorry. And he stands up, and the cop looks at him, and he's like, oh, my God, seeing the monster. You know, typical reaction to the monster that the townsperson always has.
Yep.
And he's got his revolver on him, and he's going to crack off a shot, and then Ida comes around the other side of the cart screaming, bang. Pushes him off, and he falls off the train and dunk, hits his head on like some metal railing.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Oh.
You know that dude's toast.
Whoops. And she looks legitimately horrified at what she's done.
Yeah.
And this is when we're going to cut to Detective Sarsgaard and his gal Friday Penelope Cruz, the kind of worthless detective and the secretary who is far
actually
more
does
capable.
the job. Yeah.
Yep. Now they're by the corpse of the curb stomped guy in Chicago.
Yep.
And he is doing the old coroner with a donut here, which we know we appreciate that one.
The old coroner with a donut.
But they will be tracking them now throughout the movie. Mm-hmm. And the bride and Frank have taken the train to New York City. And we get a scene where he is essentially in his underwear in the fountain at Washington Square Park in New York City, pulling the pennies out of the
fountain. Getting the change out, yep.
I really felt like this was a tremendously sad scene. Because she's looking at him like, this is a crazy time for a bath. Like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm getting all these pennies. And he does it in a way that you're like, oh, this guy has done this many times before.
This is how he makes money.
Yeah. Fuck, this is sad. And he looks sad, and she looks sad.
And this is the first time you see the full makeup, too, like the chest and the back and all that.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, you would swear he's not wearing a full back piece or a full chest piece, but he is, because it just it's just that good.
It is. It is that good. It is that good.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because it looks awful.
I'm going to post some pictures on the Instagram, so don't worry. There's going to be cool behind-the-scene pics on the Instagram.
When the creature is legitimately ugly like that, it allows them to have like a certain level of pathos to them. It's sort of a little bit like the Elephant Man. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like somebody who knows that they are so hideous that no one will love them, that no one will want to be close to them, that people will just look at them and instantly be repulsed. And so having this makeup make him look truly terrifying and horrible like this is the best choice, I think.
Yeah.
Rather than my father wanted to create something beautiful and I'm 6'7" Jacob Elordi and Gothic panties are flying off everywhere at the mere mention of his name.
Boy, aren't they. Fucking, he's got the old 1-2 punch right now with that and Wuthering Heights. Like, what, you fucking kidding me?
Hey, man.
Oh, Gothic girls, fucking basements flooded all over the world. Oh, my lordy, indeed.
They're hiding, the bride and Frank are hiding in, I don't know what this is, like an abandoned indoor swimming pool or something in New York City.
Weird.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like a Turkish bathhouse with no water in it or something. And they're looking at a newspaper. Frankenstein and his bride on the run. He's like, is that's what they call me? What's my name? She asks him. Yeah, it's a little late. I would have thought what's my name would have been like maybe a day one, maybe hour one question.
Number 2.
Yes.
Who am I?
He comes up with Penelope Rogers. He is continuing this lie that has been told to her that she was betrothed to him before the accident.
He believes it's the thing that's going to make her love him because he's afraid he's not going to be loved. And he wants her to fully understand, oh, no, you've always loved me. Yeah. She's obviously not repulsed by him because she is a monster, for lack of a better term as well.
But here comes another moment where I just feel for this character because she's like, Penelope Frankenstein has a nice ring to it. You want to fuck? Might make it easier to sleep. And approaches him and begins to take off his clothes and kiss his body. And he can't do it. He says no thank you and kind of pushes her away. And she's like, okay then, I guess. I mean, she was a call girl before all of this started.
So this would be very nonchalant for her.
And it is.
It's too nonchalant for him.
It is. That's exactly what it is. And he has a desire to be loved, and it goes beyond just, he has talked about a whole garden of pleasures that has been closed to me my entire existence. But
tell me about it, brother.
But still, this moment is genuinely sweet.
It is.
I dig it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in Indiana, the detectives have tracked down the guy who fell off the train and hit his head. And all the police there are paying no attention to the lady.
Yeah.
She's trying to ask questions, and they're like, whatever, dame. And
is your father around? I'd like to speak to him, if I may.
She discovers the newspaper clipping that Frank had been looking at before all the shit went down on the train. essentially leads her to conclude that they are
following the Ronnie Reed movies.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. It's cool. And she will go over all this at the diner in the next scene. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh my God, that train. Where was that train going? She's like, New York.
She's like, I already got the tickets.
Get tickets.
Yeah.
She's like, I get tickets.
Yeah.
Eminently capable, right?
Yeah.
She is a better detective than him. And she wants to be credited as a detective. And he's like, I don't know if we can do that. You know how guys are.
Yeah. I don't fully understand what she is.
I think she's supposed to be his secretary for real.
But did detectives have secretaries?
I mean,
Because
yeah,
he's a police detective. He's not a private detective.
he's not a private dick, no.
Because a private dick would have
Would definitely have a secretary.
a secretary. But a police detective, I wouldn't think would.
And later in the movie, he will essentially name his successor as detective, and he names her.
Yeah.
And I would think you wouldn't be able to do that if you were not already on the police force. So
Yeah. So
she must be on the force in some capacity.
again, I think these characters are the
detective.
weakest element of the movie. And they're literally just there for info dumps.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I also love Penelope Cruz, so I don't want to hear any more bullshit out of you.
Listen, they would never allow that dame to be a cop.
You shut your whore's mouth. But Frank and the bride are in New York City, and we get a great shot of Times Square here. It's good. You were talking about the VFX.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is just cool.
Looked fantastic in IMAX.
Although Frank wants to go to the Galloping Gourmet or the Delightful Detective or whatever the movie he's seen a bunch of times is. And she's like, we've already seen that. You know, Detective Sarsgaard and his gal Friday are definitely looking
Are
in
waiting
that
at that theater.
movie house.
Yeah.
And the bride's like, no, we've seen that already. Let's go to this one. And so they go to a 3D movie.
Yeah.
So this is definitely an anachronism. Now, they did have 3D movies as early back as the 1950s. 30s.
Did
No,
they have them in the 30s? Really?
Yes, because I thought this is bullshit. This is just a total anachronism. Now, the whole crowd with the glasses, I mean, that's a very 1950s shot
Yeah.
when they go in there, right?
Well, they're watching Bela Lugosi's White Zombie, right?
It's a White Zombie? Yeah, they are
Yeah.
watching White Zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Second Rob Zombie reference.
yeah.
That's two Rob Zombies in one.
Well, they watch this 3D movie, and there's a couple in front of them that are like necking, and the guy is getting real aggressive.
A
He's,
little
like,
too
grabbing-
aggressive for the fucking movie theater. Come on,
Yeah.
dude.
And the girl's like, hey, come on, that's enough. That's enough. He's
Yeah.
being super aggressive. And the bride, who's right behind him, is like, that's enough.
She
Like,
said that's
stands up,
enough. Yeah.
Makes a scene. And she goes to the girl. She's like, you know, you can still fuck him if you want to. But listen, pal. She said
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
And then the guy recognizes them. Oh my God, it's the monsters. There's the monsters. Everyone starts screaming and running out of there. You get a brief shot of both of them in the 3D movie.
Yeah.
Coming at the
Yeah,
screen.
yeah.
A weird
Which
little
was
choice,
good.
but
Yeah.
I'm into it. So everyone's running, screaming out of the movie house.
This reminded me of The Blob.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And across the street, Detective Sarsgaard and his gal Friday see all these people come running out, and the detective is like, I think maybe that movie over there.
Yeah. It's kind of a good little deadpan
Very
moment.
good. So now they're on the run from the mob, and people literally have torches.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Which is funny.
it's like the 1930s, though. All of a sudden, like, they're out there with fucking torches like it's the 1830s.
I'm pretty sure there was a
In there.
pitchfork or two, too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
They got to run away from the mob. They duck into a little alley and through a door into a kitchen,
Yeah.
like a fancy kitchen, into a fancy party where now they pose as waiters and they're walking around and they're both kind of exhilarated
most
from the chase.
Unconvincing waiters ever.
No kidding. No kidding.
Yeah.
And they're looking at each other and
Yeah.
they're kind of smiling. They're having a good time.
We got this.
Yeah, I love that he just like takes a handful of shrimp off the shrimp cocktail plate and puts it in his pocket.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
oh God.
Yeah, he's got a pocket full of shrimp, which they dine on for
Yeah,
a couple of days.
Yeah. Later. And then, who does he see amongst all the party
Oh, it's
guests?
Ronnie
at this
Reed.
fancy party. It's Ronnie Reed,
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal himself.
Uh-huh.
And he kind of freaks out.
Oh, Ronnie. Oh, you remember me? Manchester, 1917. He
Yeah.
smiled at me.
Yeah.
And Jake Gyllenhaal's character's like,
Okay.
Dude. He's like, I just want you to know that I credit you and you alone with my survival.
and Ronnie Reed's like, okay, that's great, but you're not really my type.
Yeah.
And he turns to his buddies and they all laugh. And Jake Gyllenhaal turns his back on him and Frank looks like embarrassed.
Yeah.
And like, whoa, what have I done? And then he...
Starts a little dance move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a couple of the moves you've seen Ronnie Reed do, and you've actually seen Frank do them a little bit.
And you're like, what in the fuck is he doing?
And then she sees him, and she joins in. And then everybody around them starts this manic dance. Like, people seem to be getting possessed on their own.
Yeah. It's a weird choice. This is
Yeah.
the part in the script reading where I was like, I don't get this. This is going to suck.
I 100%
Yeah.
believe that you would see this on paper and be like, what is this garbage? And I tell
Yes.
you, I fucking love this moment.
Yeah.
I have no
so
idea.
nuts. Yeah.
I have no idea why they're getting possessed. I have no idea why he started really dancing.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea as we come out of this, did this really happen?
Yeah.
At one point, Michelle, she nudged me and she thought, like, are they going to snap out of it and they've killed everyone at this party?
No. I mean,
Do you know what I mean?
That would be
Like
something.
They had like this giant dance number, and then you turn around and you see torn fucking Jake Gyllenhaal's arms off or something. I was like, where is this heading?
That would be
I have
great.
no idea. It was
That'd be
a little
fucking
crazy. It's a little crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the fuck this monstrous dance is, or
It's
why
the monster
people seem
mash.
to be.
It seems like.
The people seem to be getting possessed.
Yeah.
And he literally screams,
Putting on the Ritz.
oh my gosh. Yeah. How could you not look at that out the page and think,
Yes.
this is a terrible decision?
I
Who wrote
remember
this?
setting the script down and going out into the shop and telling people, like, you won't fucking believe this. This is going to be so fucking stupid. No, they're going to
yeah.
change this. This is
Yeah,
in
they
there as
got
a
to.
joke, I'm sure.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
And it works.
I applaud Maggie Gyllenhaal's vision on this. And I think, you know what, some people are, they're going to be like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah.
There's some people that will not jive with this moment.
Yep.
I know people out there are hating it probably already.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to make fun of this moment. They're going to try and say
You know,
that it
rightly
is
so.
worse than fucking Cats. Fine, to each your own, but I have to say, I think Christian Bale and Jesse Buckley fucking nail this. There is something wonderfully chaotic
Yep.
and gleeful. They look
Yep.
like they're having a good time. I think they nail it all around.
They do.
And then the cops come in at the end of this. The bride spots Detective Sarsgaard, and there's like this look of recognition, especially from him looking at her. And the cops get Frank at gunpoint, but in the kerfuffle, a gun slides over to her, and she grabs it, and she puts Ronnie, the actor, at gunpoint.
Yep. On his knees.
Let him go, let him go. And Detective Sarsgaard is kind of freaking out a little bit. Please, I'm sorry. She's like, what are you sorry about? And in her possession, or she's Ida, she starts spilling the beans about Mr. Lupino, the old guy that she had fingered at the bar earlier in the movie.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
That's
Getting
right.
fingered at
How
the
many
bar.
episodes can we make that joke in?
Yeah.
And talking about him paying off the commissioner and killing girls to keep them quiet. And this is a weird thing, too, because it's like in her manic state here, she seems to be able to see into other people's dark past at the party. She starts making accusations.
I feel
around the
like
room
she's
at
having
people.
other ghosts sort of guest spot inside her. So it
Yeah.
feels like she's channeling all these spirits of dead women that were abused by people in this room.
all the time with a gun in her hand. And I thought she would have got shot.
Yeah.
They would have just plugged her at some point. Somebody would have taken the shot.
Well, she shoots a cop within,
And then she shoots
within
a
a
cop.
minute. And then
And he's like,
nobody
"Oh."
does anything.
No. Frank pulls down a chandelier, and they escape.
And they escape. Yeah.
Frank is energized, though.
Oh, yeah.
You were incredible.
And she's like,
He's in love.
did you see the look on that cop's face when I shot him? He looked so surprised. She doesn't know how to process this right now.
Yeah.
And
He's super excited.
everything has gone to shit. There's nothing to do right now but live.
Yeah.
And we get this monstrous montage. And I'm telling you, from the dance sequence and through all of this, I am plugged into this movie. I love it. This shit, where it shows them like at the movies or in the car, like screaming out the window, getting fucking tattoos on his chest.
Yeah.
Says Penelope on there.
They're fucking
like, on the
screwing.
run.
And they're
Fuck,
eating shrimp
yes.
in the front seat of the car. And
Let me tell you, I gotta tell you, man.
yeah.
It's not my kink, but their sex scene is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I love it in
Yeah.
this montage
Yeah.
and seeing these kind of like bruised up, mangled up people
Yeah.
and the flashes you get. I found it like
Kinda
like,
sexy.
Yeah, this is really sexy.
Yeah,
was
I
like,
tried to tell Grace that, and she was like, no, I don't think it was sexy at all. I was like, you don't think he was sexy in any way? And she's like, no. She's like, what about him made you think he was sexy? And I was like, I don't know. He just had like a badass sort of rockabilly, punk rock, scarred dude.
Yeah.
Plus it's Christian Bale. And it still, it kind of came off as sexy. And she, of course, doesn't look bad in any way. She is hot.
Well, I think also it has payoff because of all the times that she was like, no, don't touch me, or he's like, this isn't the right time,
Yeah.
or she's too beautiful.
They've built to that.
They've done a good job at building to this moment, and I think earning it.
Yeah.
And then we get a little like newspaper
Yeah,
headlines
spinning.
coming up, right?
Spinning newspaper towards the camera.
Because Ida had been
Extra.
screaming, it's a brain attack, when she's making all these accusations
Yeah.
and pointing the finger at men in power in that room
Yeah.
and talking about how they had hurt women. And it starts kind of a girl riot here.
Mm-hmm.
This also has a little bit of that Natural Born Killers flavor where the
It
media
does.
frenzy gets behind them here. This doesn't take up a whole lot of the movie at all.
No. I kind of feel like there was a little bit more of it, but also I'm not sure how well it works. I like it. I do like it.
You get a little resolution at the very end of the movie.
Yeah,
with all
which is nice.
You see women, they've painted the tattoo
black
or the
smear.
ink blot
Yeah.
on their face, and they're wearing the black veil fishnet that she had gotten at the party, and they're all going a little bit crazy. Bride ignites a revolution.
Yeah.
Cut to a restaurant with the mob boss, Mr. Lupino, the guy she had fingered at the very beginning of it.
Yeah.
And he's talking with his two toadies. The same two guys who kind of pushed her down the stairs earlier.
Yeah.
This Ida Volinsky, look at her in the paper here. She's singing like a canary, and that makes me really nervous, so I need you guys to take care of her.
Yeah.
And they're like,
We did.
hey, she doesn't look like she's very taken care of here. And the guy's like, listen, I did it. And then the mob boss takes out a gun and just blows one of the guys away at the table. This is a pretty chilling moment
He's a
here.
good, evil, shitty fucking dude, this mob boss character.
And gross.
Yeah.
Blows the guy away and then starts snacking on the fucking green bean or whatever he was eating
Yeah.
for his dinner.
Soaking up some sauce with a piece of bread.
Shoots one toady and tells the other one, you go take care of her.
Yeah.
And cut her tongue out.
And tell your wife I said hello.
Yeah. Well, he shoots
All
the
men
one.
suck. We're sorry.
The other toady is leaving, and he says, cut her tongue out. I want to keep it for my collection. And you see this fucking...
40 jars of fucking tongues behind him.
God.
Yeah.
That was awful.
Yeah.
I was very happy at the end of this movie that got resolved, because it looked like
Yeah.
they weren't going to resolve that bit, and I thought, this motherfucker has got to feel
Yeah.
the pain at the end of
Bring
this.
the pain.
So yeah, Frank and Penny are on their way to Niagara Falls. The detectives have also caught the scent that they're on the Ronnie Reed
Trail.
trailblazing tour here.
They're heading to Niagara Falls for the wedding movie.
And this is when Frank and Penny get pulled over by a cop.
Oh,
Who
yeah.
forces Penny to get out of the car and starts groping her as he's frisking her. Frank, who had been, playing like he was sick.
Yeah, in the front seat.
And asleep the whole time, eventually has enough and just shoots the guy in the head as he's
It's a pretty
groping
disturbing scene because the dude is like quoting dirty limericks to her while he's groping her.
It's a gross, vulgar display of power.
Yeah,
is essentially what's happening.
And he gets what's coming to him because Frank shoots him right in the fucking head.
And then his partner comes out and he's like, hey, what happened?
Yeah.
And he gets shot too.
Yeah.
But after Frank shoots that one cop, Penny fucking bends over and bites the tongue out of his mouth.
Bites his tongue out, yeah. I remember us making this gag at the shop and testing it in the shop with two people that work there. Okay, who wants to kiss the other person and tear their tongue out? I won't tell you who did it, but it wasn't me. But I did film it.
Did you offer him extra pay? You're like, hey.
Listen. Now,
10 extra bucks.
At that point, if I'm filming it, it seems like prostitution.
So that's a no?
That's a no.
Well, she is bothered by all of this. As did I pull that man's tongue out?
Yeah, she's starting to trip a little.
Any of this. Frank, was I the same before the accident? And he's having trouble answering these questions about her past now.
Yeah.
And it's in Niagara Falls where Detective Sarsgaard finally catches up with her. Tells her name was Ida. Yeah, Ida, I'm so sorry. Ida, it's me. I got you into this. Please, Ida. And I think she says, Ida? I'd rather be called something else. Shoots him in the leg.
Yeah. I'd rather be called something else.
Yeah, but then she also screams, don't fuck your witnesses, detective, a rookie mistake.
Yeah.
As she leaves.
Yeah.
Because we'll get the story here that...
in the info dump.
The detective was trying to pin stuff on the mob boss, and he was having these call girls gather information for him.
And he was having sex with her, and then the higher up said, you got to close the case, because obviously the mob had paid them off, so he felt bad that he had to close the case and leave the girls stranded, and that's why she ended up getting killed.
Yeah. He's telling his gal Friday he's a terrible cop, he's a corrupt cop, and she's like, yeah, you kind of are.
And he's like, you can be the detective now. Here you go.
Hands her the badge.
Not sure
got to
that's
name my replacement.
how it works, but okay.
But that's how it's working now.
That's how it works in the movie, and I'm fine with it. I don't care.
But Ida has discovered that all the lies she's been told, none of this is true.
Mm-hmm. She comes around pretty quickly, though.
A little too quickly, to be honest. Because she's essentially saying, like, I'll let you out anytime you want. And then she just stops the car. She's like, why don't you just leave right now?
Yeah.
And then he kind of doubled over a little bit. And she realizes he's been shot.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, Frank. Oh, I don't want to go to the hospital. And she's like, you don't need to get to the hospital. I know where you need to go. I know the one thing that'll settle your nerves. So they go to a drive-in movie theater.
Fuck yeah.
Right? She's still a little mad at him. But the cops have gotten an APB that the car that they stole has been spotted in Indiana. So Detective Cruz, who knows that he's on the Ronnie Reed
goes to the drive-in
movie theater, right? Now the toady, who's been sent to kill her, is also tracking the detective. So they all arrive at the drive-in.
Yeah.
This is where Frank comes clean about the whole thing. You know, how they dug her up and how she was supposed to be his bride, but he didn't know who she was.
I love the back and forth, too, as he's telling the story, and then they cut to the movie on the screen.
Yes.
And the movie characters... him and her.
Yes.
He's explaining it to her in the movie. I was like, this is fucking cool.
Not only that, in the movie on the screen, they change it to the style of those movies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's talking,
they're both
he's talking like this.
Standing out on the deck of a cruise ship or something, and they're looking out towards essentially the camera as they're saying
it's
this.
Good.
It's like a
well done
tonal shift within all this, but well done. Detective Cruz, I just call him Detective Cruz and Detective Sarsgaard, the info dump detectives. Detective Cruz is there. She hears all this, so she gets the scoop. Yeah, and there's a great bit where Ida says, like, so you don't know me? And he's like, no. She's like, that's funny. I feel like I've always known you.
Yeah.
And she leaves the car, and he's like, Ida, please. And she's like, I don't think that's my name anymore. Then pick a new one. And this is where she essentially decides, I am the bride.
Yeah.
He's like, I love it. The bride, I love it. And he gets down on his knees and he says, will you marry me? Mm-hmm. And she says, I would prefer not to.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
It is.
It's an awesome moment.
Yeah. It's like the 6th time she said, I prefer not to. And it really totally fucking works.
And it fucking seals the deal. Because, like, she takes agency. She takes the name on for herself, for her own reasons. And it's not to be married to him.
Yeah.
But they're having a moment of connection here. And as he's just looking up at her with sparkling eyes, the toady cracks off a shot, shoots him in the head, and he falls down. No!
Yeah.
She screams. It's a fucking good scream.
It is.
Jesse Buckley letting loose. We get a gunfight. We get a car chase down the dirt road. She manages to turn off her headlights and escape from being pursued.
With dead Frank in the car with her.
And this is when she has a moment with Mary Shelley is right here. Knock, knock. Who's there? The bride. The bride who? Just the bride. Oh, that's good. That's who you are. And that is the end of the Mary Shelley's narrative thread.
Yeah.
Let her pick her own name
And moved along.
That's it.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not sure it makes sense.
It doesn't.
But it does give Jesse Buckley a chance to turn in a bravura performance. And it's cool.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So then she takes the body of Frank to see Dr. Euphronius, and you got to bring him back. And she's like, no, we can't. I just need to do some tests. I obviously couldn't bring him back, but he's leaking radiation. She's just like, wants to do the sciencey shit.
But everybody has tracked them here. Detective Cruz heard
there.
the story. The toady is following her. So they're all sort of gathering at
They're all
this one
sneaking
area.
out into the hallway and overhearing this.
Yeah, I didn't ever ask for this. Help me, please, she says to the doctor. And pulls the gun on Dr. Euphronius. I want this so much. It's terrifying. And then, after a little bit more discussion, a little bit more back and forth, cops are storming in here. And when everybody gathers in there, the toady cracks off a shot and shoots the bride. Then
And
all of the cops
everybody
open
fires.
fire.
Yeah.
Just like
This is the Bonnie and Clyde moment.
absolutely Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just riddled.
With bullets.
Yeah.
And they're all shooting and shooting and shooting. And Detective Myrna, that's her name. I have my own character arc in this episode. Detective Myrna, Penelope Cruz, she takes control. Yeah, everybody stop firing.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, who are we talking to? Where's the detective? And she's like, I'm the detective. Oh, this dame. We're going to take orders from a skirt? And the older guy's like, I don't like this. She's like, yeah, get a sergeant, secure the perimeter, and make sure you take care of that guy who's trying to escape on a fire escape. I call it a hunch. Cha-cha-cha-cha. So she gets the cops to clear
Your
out
Penelope
of the room.
Cruz is spot on, by the way.
Thanks. I've been working on it.
Yeah.
She gets all the cops to leave the room, and then she tells Dr. Euphronius, I'll let you clean up here. You have as long as you want. And we'll cut
Hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. I'm going to go downstairs.
outside the house where the cops have busted the toady and everything's being cleaned up down there, and you see sparks start to fly in the top window of the house, and in the interior you see the bride who had collapsed right on Frank, and Frank's hand spasm back to life a little bit, and they hold hands.
Yeah.
You start to roll credits. We get an end credit scene where a bunch of the brain attack girls with the tattoo have cornered the mob boss and given him a tattoo of his own on his face.
And they're cutting his tongue out.
They've got all the tongues on the tables in front of them, too.
Yeah.
And you're like, fucking thank God this dude is getting what he deserves.
Yeah. And the Monster Mash plays full
The
fucking volume.
Monster Mash. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
And the Monster Mash made me so happy when it came on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good movie. People need to give this movie a shot. They really fucking do.
Yeah.
And eventually people will.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff. Creature design is great.
Mm-hmm.
I always love seeing the laboratory and seeing like what kind of gobbledygook are they going to spew out. Annette Bening has a really nice little moment at the end of it where she's like, my husband and I were trying to pursue a disobedient geometry.
Disobedient geometry.
Something that doesn't follow the rules of science and nature.
That's what this whole movie is.
Hot fucking dog. There you go. Disobedient geometry.
Yeah.
A review of The Bride.
But before we go, you know what time it is?
I think so. Remind me.
It's time for shoutouts. Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what. Whole damn family. We want to thank you for being a part of it. First Blood.
Thank you, First Blood. Not me. You got this color spit at me and call me baby killer?
He was waiting. I mean, if your name is First Blood in the Discord, you're just waiting for someone to do that to you.
Covet Eater to Raven. Come in.
Also want to thank Cranberry. Thanks so much. Thanks, Zach.
So good with turkey. Zach is. Patrick Baxter from up north.
Patrick Baxter.
Yeah.
He's a Canadian, is he?
He is a Canadian.
Ooh, I wonder if he's still with us after the My Bloody Valentine fiasco.
I'll have to check in with him. What about Aaron Morris? Aaron Morris has got some tail. Been with us for a little bit. Thank you, Aaron, for all the support.
David Bradburn, one of my favorite people around these parts in Chicagoland. Thank you, David, for sticking with us. We appreciate it. Our $4 whole damn thing member.
The Alabama Misfit, remember her? She's been with us pretty much since the beginning.
From the beginning.
Yeah.
And we always like seeing you participate in the conversations in the Discord. Could use a little bit more of it, though, Alabama Misfit. Don't be shy.
Yeah, come on.
S.A. Barton. Getting
S.A.
head for
Barton.
$1.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
What? What about head for $1? He's a writer.
I was going to say something crass, but S.A. Barton, no, I appreciate it. Who doesn't like a little head for $1? I mean, S.A. Barton does.
Exactly.
Sure.
What about my man Dez? Dez always popping off in the Discord. Dez, thank you for being a $4 whole damn family member.
Ulrich Zauber, maybe the best name in the entire whole damn
the whole fucking thing.
Ulrich Zauber, that's a powerful name.
Yeah.
Thank you. Ulrich.
Second best name, Detective Frank McLaughlin.
As long as it's a $4 whole damn thing number, we will not be making him turn in his badge and his gun.
That's right.
Andrew Doran, thank you so much, Andrew, for your support. We love you. Appreciate it. Thank you for being a whole damn family member.
And Stephen Tochi, thank you for being a whole damn family member. Thanks for all the support. We got a couple of new people. You want to talk about the new people?
Yes. Scott Stoddard. Thank you for joining the whole damn family. We appreciate it. Hope you're having a good time.
Thank you for joining twice. Once mistakenly, and then joining again on purpose.
Oh. I thought it was just two gentlemen named Scott Stoddard.
It's the Stoddard twins.
Two different.
Yes, their parents named them both Scott. It's not strange.
It's Stoddard.
Exactly. It's pretty Stoddard stuff, if you think about it.
Who's next?
The Axeman, Mike Axtell, longtime friend, all the way back to high school. Thanks, Mike, for joining.
The Slayer himself.
That's right.
Bethany Ackerman. Thank you, Bethany, for joining at the $2 tail level. We appreciate it. We appreciate it so much.
And Jeremy Sellenfriend, who is a makeup effects artist, worked on a lot of things like Companion and Smile and Smile too.
Yeah. I think when we talked about that amazing blood gag and Smile 2.
That's right.
Talking about Jeremy.
Yeah, for that big one-er shot.
Yeah, thank you.
Very cool.
Thank you for joining up with us, Jeremy. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right, that's it for the shout-out. Yeah. All right, that's it. We're done.
Tyler, walk us down the aisle.
The head, the tail, the whole damn thing.
Here comes the bros, rings on their toes. Are they secretly married? I don't know.
Brothers, you should know that by now.
I suppose. All right, so this has been The Head, the Tail, the Whole Damn Thing with Mike D. McCarthy and James Knight, your industry professionals. I'm your announcer, Tyler Patton. Join us next time for the American version of The Ring. I saw that in the theater, and the person I went to see it with left right when she put the videotape in to go to the bathroom, and then he came back and said, "What I missed?" And I'm like, "You missed everything." And Undertone, which I haven't seen yet, but I'm looking forward to the review. See you next time.